mature audiences only.
There's no such thing as a radio rating system.
But if there were, this show would be rated O as in...
Oh my God, this show is so stupid. These people should be in jail. Let's begin.
Good afternoon.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy. Featuring Panama Ted.
Ted's a fun guy.
And the Crazy Soundboard.
Hola.
I'm Dennis Farina.
So much.
I even made just a little bit of a diagram for you.
56, and is that correct? Walk.
You little weasel.
Turn off your brain and unzip your pants. Here's Common Man and Timmy.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome in. Hello, good, clean boy.
Oh, hello, my man. How are we?
Oh, fantastic. You know who else is fantastic today? Nicole Sheeran.
She is.
She will not be joining us today because
ain't gonna be
she's
here.
on the longest, drunkest, Girls Gone Wild vacation you could possibly think of.
I don't understand what she's doing right now. She just had 35 family members in one house at the Outer Banks. Then she went out and did a girls' trip in Los Angeles, and then she's leaving that to go on another trip. She's 3 vacations in 2.5 weeks.
You and I are in the wrong business.
Must be nice.
Hey, I'll be off tomorrow. No, I won't. Just kidding.
No, we did that. We've done that for a while.
So Nicole will not join us this week. She's too hungover. Next week, hopefully, she will join us for some leather jacket time. But the good news is Rimmer is back from the nude beach, and so he'll join us coming up. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer at 5:30. Couple things I want to get to right off the bat today. First of all, Timmy's worst nightmare is about to come true, and we'll get to that.
I'm afraid.
But I just clicked on my email and got a little alert. You know how I like my house cool, right?
Oh, yeah.
We do a little Scotland weather updates here. I'm excited for the Scottish Open coming up starting tomorrow. Been hot here. Too hot in the hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
And the AC's been working overtime. Care Heating and Cooling, them too, have been doing a fantastic job. My gripe is not with them.
No, I mean, this is just, this is the climate. If you want your house to be cool and it's not even in the low 70s at night or overnight, what are you going to do?
I got my bill.
You got your bill?
I got my bill for the last month.
I don't look at those
Well, you have to
bills.
look at it.
No, I don't. I don't look at those bills.
They have a little bar graph of the wattage and then what it is year to year.
I got watts.
Months. Oh, I got a lot of watts, baby.
Got watts.
I got a lot of watts.
Got to get to it.
I don't even think I keep the house that cool. I keep it at 72. And then at night, it goes down to 68 because Mikey goes sleepy.
Yeah, I'm keeping mine at 73 in the daytime, which is a little warm for my taste, but it's because of things like this.
What kind of bill you got? What did you get?
Oh, my bill ain't your bill. We're at like 275.
Oh, let me tell you something. If I got a 275,
3 bills.
I'd take my pants off, run around naked.
And we're locked
outside.
in. And the gas bill, we're price locked. We've done that for a long time. Price locked the gas bill.
Who cares about the gas? Gas is fine. There's no problem with the gas.
No, not really.
It's not like we're in Europe and Russia controls our gas.
Although I got a bum burner, and we probably have to just redo the entire stove oven unit, which is probably time anyway, but we got a burner that I swear is going to burn the house down if we keep using it. And it's the big one. It's that front right where it's got the double gas burner. So it's where the big skillet goes. Mess you up, man. Catch everything on fire. So what's the bill?
Reimer, what do you think it is? First of all, what do you live in? An apartment? Little home?
No, I got a house.
You got a house?
Mm-hmm.
What's the square footage? What are you looking at?
I don't know that.
You don't know what your own house's square footage is?
I mean, I would have at the time of buying, but...
How many bedrooms?
Now I forgot.
2.
2 bedrooms.
Yes.
You got a basement?
Yep.
Finished?
It's like a cellar. I can barely stand it.
I'm going to guess max like 1,400 square feet.
That's probably right.
Fair look
is
at
what I'm going to say.
I've seen pictures of his property just because I was curious. It honestly, as tough as it is for people starting out today's day and age, I was pleased to know that you guys have yourselves a little home.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
absolutely.
cool. I think that's very nice.
He's a little planner. All right. I'm going to guess what temperature you keep the house at.
I thought you said you were going to guess.
I am, but I want to know what temperature you keep the house at. Then I'm going to guess the bill.
Oh, okay. 70.
Oh,
man. good, fine, clean boy.
Man,
yes.
How's the wife feel about that? Is that too cold for her? Or she like it cold too?
She would prefer it a little warmer. But
Yeah, you just look right at her and
I
say,
get
"You
it.
take it."
I get real warm. I don't like it.
Women are not allowed to touch the thermostat in his house.
Yep.
That's what you said.
All right, 1,400 square feet, 70 degrees. I'm going to say you're at this time of year, $200.
Yeah, around there.
Okay, around there. Timmy, what'd you say you were at?
I'm about like 250 to 300.
250.
Yeah.
Clicked on it today.
Yep.
$740.
Woo! Woo! Now.
Oh, seven.
Let's be clear about a couple of things. We're talking about, you asked him his square footage. You want me to ask you what your square footage is? It's going to be pretty, a little bit more than 1,400 square feet. Guys, Mike's got a place that has 2 HVACs.
But
Oh, honey, nobody has 2 HVACs.
wouldn't you
What is this,
assume
Outer Banks?
that would
Yeah.
be more efficient?
No,
because I have
wouldn't.
2?
No, I wouldn't. It means that you're running 2 HVACs because...
But they shouldn't run as much because they're not cooling as big of an area. You got one just for the upstairs. You got one for the downstairs.
Well, no,
And the basement's self-cooling. It cools itself.
No, I think you're looking at this in reverse. I mean, the reason you have 2 is because one can't do the job. One would just be burnt out within a year. So you have to have one of those HVACs is doing its normal job. Like, say I've got one because my house is about 1,700 square feet, not counting the sunroom, which is not even included in that either. It's got no heating or cooling to it, which is why it can get to be 100 degrees.
What's the temperature in that room?
And the thing,
Drop dead in there.
the thing of it is my cat, and my cat loves to be in there, and she's, like cats are, covered with fur, and she likes it to be 100 degrees, camps out in there for 2 hours. We have to bring her in so she doesn't overheat. But you've got the upstairs for one HVAC, which is a big area, and all the heat is rising. So it makes sense to me that you got the $700 bill.
But I looked at.
You need it to be cool. You got to pay.
I understand.
And you're paying more than the next guy for water as well. So utilities are not your friend this
water.
time of year.
Because I water every day.
Man.
I want that lawn looking lush.
And we all have higher have you taken a note of your property taxes these last 2 years?
My property taxes went up almost
20%?
No, more than that.
For a lot of us?
more than that.
Dublin, maybe 25%?
More than that.
Jeez.
Where I am,
That's like a half mortgage.
Oh, are you kidding me?
What is happening out there? These are the things that you don't really take note of until they have happened, and then you see what your draft is, and you say, oh. We have a very modest mortgage payment, and it's gone up a couple $100 from where it was. And I know these are things that everybody is going through right now in Franklin County. And now it's 100 degrees, and if you want the place to be nice and cool, it's more expensive. Are our jobs giving us the proper cost of living increases?
See, this is
that is needed out there in today's economy.
This is what I'm doing too. I'm making everybody feel better about their own situation. Mm-hmm. Okay, because you're going to go home, you're going to look at your bill later. You say, "Wow, that's a hefty bill." That's no common man bill, though.
No common man bill.
That's no
CM
upper
bill.
end Mercedes lease monthly payment bill. My God.
Which
Got the base model there? No. Premium.
I mean, you would scoff when we got to look at some of these Ohio State coaches' contracts. I can remember Holtman's contract when we first got to look at that. It was something like $1,500 a month for the auto stipend. Man, think about $750 a month for 2 cars. What that's getting you? That's getting you the best, like you said, Mercedes, whatever you want to get.
Ooh, doggy.
Nice.
Timmy's worst nightmare is coming true. It could be as soon as today. I love stories that start with that. Could be as soon as today. Right. Could be today, could be tomorrow, could be 2 months from now, but they're expected to formally announce the expansion of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
You want one too?
Sucks.
You want one?
Yeah. Jesus. What is that, Keanu in the Matrix when he was passing through?
My goal is to piss off everyone
Digitized.
who's listening with headphones right now. You're all deaf. Congratulations. Look, I'm deaf. I want to take you with me. Me and Joe Namath are going to be selling you hearing aids on the TV.
Who is that? Who are you?
Oh, yeah.
Play that again.
That's Sam Kinison.
I want my ears to just fall right off my head.
We played all those screams after the Michigan game this year.
Oh my God, no. Whenever you want it, we don't have time left in our opening BS segment. But about the NCAA tournament, I'm pissed.
The whole show's a BS segment.
I'm pissed off on more than one level about this.
We're going to talk about it next, and I promise I will not play the screams anymore. I'm sorry, you're all dead now. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay due to an accident that's blocking the right lane on southbound 71 on the north side between Gemini Parkway and 270. And there's also an accident that's on both shoulders of eastbound 270 on the south outer belt at 23. This report is sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank, and refresh the vibe with 69 cents large big gulp drinks. Speedy Rewards app required. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
Hey, is that knee, shoulder, hip, that pain in any of your joints not getting better? You're stuck in this cycle where you keep going back to the doctor. They recommend steroid shots. Maybe they recommend surgery, rehab, and all of those things are not working for you. Before you go down the road of the surgery, you'll want to listen to this. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I want to tell you something that helped me a ton, and it'll help a lot of other people get their lives back as well. And this is no more meds and not going under the knife. I'm talking about my friends at QC Kinetics, Real Regenerative Medicine. They help your body heal itself. After years of playing professional football, I was beat up. My dad was beat up. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to have any more surgery. So I went to my friends at QC Kinetics, and they took a look at it, and they said, hey, we can help you with your knee. It's not going to be an overnight fix, but they've got protocols and procedures to help get you well without going under the knife. So here's what you do. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices all over Columbus.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Save big on 6-packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Right now, select varieties are only $2.99 each with your digital coupon. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of my favorite things, Wilson, is the look on people's faces when they see the end price for Pella windows.
Yeah, I'm always hearing, does it look like I'm wearing my money britches?
More like, I can't believe we get the Pella look and quality at these prices.
Oh, you went the other way with that. You're hearing good things. Oh, this is awkward.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey, look, it's Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. Say hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
You know what I love the most about your store?
What's that, Common Man?
The way you treat people. You get to know your customers. That's why they keep coming back. No sleazeballs around. Just good, clean boys and girls selling jewelry.
Stop in and see the difference for yourself.
Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com. It's where Columbus gets engaged. Tell them Common Man sent you.
Waddle, hop, or gallop your way to adventure. The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tails of animals from around the world. Explore 8 wild regions, including our newest North America trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo. Get more information and tickets at columbuszoo.org.
Join the Fan weeknights at 6 for the Buckeye Show. And if you're asking if it's just a bunch of homers rooting for all things Ohio State, yes it is. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Now is a great time to schedule a back-to-school dental appointment. Dr. Hal Jeter, president of the Ohio Dental Association, is here to tell us more.
Your child's teeth and gums need the right food, nutrition, and vitamins to grow strong and stay healthy. Help them maintain good oral health by brushing every morning and night, flossing, visiting the dentist twice a year, and developing good eating habits. As kids head back to school, it's important to know that foods and drinks high in sugar, acidity, and other cavity-promoting substances are often low in nutritional value, and they have the potential to create plaque capable of damaging tooth enamel. A back-to-school dental appointment can diagnose any potential problems and improve your child's oral health. Ohio Dental Association member dentists are located throughout the state, are dedicated to providing the highest quality dental care, are bound by the highest ethical standards, and obtain superior ongoing education and training. Ask if your dentist is a member of the Ohio Dental Association so you know you are being treated by the best. To find an ODA dentist in your area, visit ODA.org.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today's skies will be mostly cloudy with isolated chances of showers and storms popping up. We'll see highs in the mid-80s, and then for tonight, lows around 70s with mostly cloudy skies. For Thursday, we'll see mostly sunny skies with isolated chances of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. It'll be a little bit warmer with highs getting into the upper 80s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
The show you can feel deep down in your plums.
No! That is a bad place to touch. No. No, 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 no.
This is Common Man and Timmy.
Guys, it is the time of year where we want to be at the top of our game. We want to be at peak performance. It's summertime. We got long days, hopefully some hot nights, mixed in with some vacations, some dates possibly, but erectile dysfunction can ruin all of that.
Mess you up.
The dreaded ED. Not good. And hey, you know what? Intimacy can sometimes feel stressful because of it, because of performance issues. But know that you are not alone. And more importantly, our friends at Tri-State Men's Health, it's what they do. It's what they're here to help you with. So go to tristatemenshealth.com, take a look around, and you can see some of the wonderful treatment plans that they have for you.
There's before and afters, too.
Absolutely.
See just a limpy and then just ring toss.
Pills or herbals, they fail. Tri-State Men's Health comes in. They got treatments with success rates over 90%, and some, as we've said before, can have you last an hour or more.
Ridiculous.
My God. So check them out, tristatemenshealth.com. They got 2 lovely locations right here in Central Ohio.
NCAA Tournament expansion could be announced as soon as today.
I like it.
Most are expecting it to be made this week. So Timmy's very upset about this. Rhyme Time is producing for Teddy today. He's upset about this too. Rhyme Time is the #1 college basketball expert here on the Fan.
Yeah, he's ahead of me now. I dropped down to number 3 or 4 in the rankings.
Bald Colin is number 2. Perhaps Calvin the Custodian is in at number 3. And then the ass man, Timmy Hall.
I might not even make it onto the Mad About Hoops podcast team this year.
No. They don't want you. They don't need you.
Which we're gonna bring it back. Just because we're doing afternoon drive now doesn't mean that that's dead for me. So that we're looking forward to that. But Rhyme Time and I, we were doing, I'd say, a plethora of bitching and moaning back there. That's what we do, and I think we should, because for one thing, at least I can say this on behalf of college football expansion. There was more of a give and take. I'd say that there were sides to that. Certainly, like if you're listening and you were more the traditionalist and you were on that side of it's not needed, I think we're good at 4. Some people even went as far as I think we should go more back to a BCS and just pick the top 2 teams and play it out. That was not me. I was for an expansion. I was kind of good with 12, but if I was in that committee and we were looking for compromise there, I could have been good at 8 teams too for a college football playoff. Now they want to go bigger. But when it comes to the NCAA tournament, they made this move back in 1985. They made this move to have what looks like a big, badass, symmetrical bracket. Part of what makes this tournament, this event, so special and the biggest moneymaker for the NCAA is how it looks on a sheet of paper. It's why when I was a 6th grader, I was the one that started running my own bracket pools. Against the rules, I didn't care. I'd go and collect $5 bills and would handwrite all the bracket pools because it's just so perfect the way it is. I think it's hard to stumble upon things that just work so well. And now to possibly do this where we already went back in the mid-2000s to the first 4 in Dayton. We as Ohioans, I think, can kind of embrace that because of where it is. It didn't need to be done, but they did it. And now you're going to tell me that they want to move to some number like 76, which goes from 68. And do you even consider, when you think in terms of the bracket, do you even think in terms of 68? Or for you, does it just start when it gets to the 4 16-team regions?
To your point, when I fill out a bracket, it is 64 teams.
Mm-hmm.
And
you don't have to mess with Dayton.
I really start watching. I mean, I'll flip it on because, I was going to say it's my job, but really complaining about my electric bill is my job.
Yes.
But to me, the first day of that tournament starts on Thursday.
Right.
That Thursday is the day.
And here's the thing, too. Depending on how you do run your local bracket pool, a lot of them make that deadline at 11:59. Or actually, it would be on Thursday. You just have to get it in before the first game. Right. The ball is tipped. You got to get it in before that ball is tipped at the first game on Thursday. And you might give extra bonus points if somebody wanted to pick before the first 4 and then put that 11 seed through a couple of rounds.
I think to your point, the reason why I have split opinions on college football expansion and look, I think 12 was needed. I'm not quite sure I would go more than that, at least not yet, because we haven't perfected this model yet, right? But it's trending that way, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, but at least 2 reasonable people, and more than just 2, could understand the need to go more than 4.
The reason why I believe most of us are okay with college football playoff expanding is because for years the market was underserved, right?
Yeah.
We didn't get what we wanted out of the finale of the college football season. It's almost like if you were to say White Castle. White Castle announced they're going to add some more beef to their patties. Now, some people would be pissed off because the ratio would be off and it's not the same taste that they're used to, but it's a very thin patty. Mm-hmm. So if you add a little bit more beef to it, you may welcome that as a nice little treat. But if the Terminator came out and said, we're going to double the beef on the Terminator, you'd say, I'm eating a meatloaf now. It's too much.
Yeah, double the meat. It's the biggest burger in town.
I got a 64-ounce steak right here, and that's good. Let's not move it up to 76.
It's a literal trophy meal. Like, you get something if you complete it. Like, that's the whole thing. It's
We're
like
already
the old 96er in the great outdoors.
That's exactly right. And they want us to choke down that grizzle.
We're not doing the old 126er. We're plenty big.
They've already done this, and I understand why. The tournament, by nature, makes the regular season less relevant. But what you're going to do then is make part of the tournament less relevant because you're going to have coaches that make the tournament at 76 teams and then get fired right after they lose in the first round.
They'll march into their athletic director's office and says, hey,
I made the tournament. Well, who cares? Everybody made the tournament. You were 500. You're fired.
What is the quick math? I'm thinking in percentages here. So we moved to 12. I never know the exact number because who the hell really cares? I got to tell you. But college football, FBS, what are we, like 120 to 135? Teams total, somewhere in that ballpark, right? Rhyme time, he'll look that up real quick. College basketball, we're in somewhere in the
340
the realm of 350,
something.
Yeah, 360. So 64 or 68, we're looking at about 19% of college basketball teams make the field.
I even think that's a stupid argument.
But it doesn't need to be anymore. I do think that the nature of college basketball, because there's 5 guys out there and there's a lot of talent, a lot of people play this game, and there's a lot of talent to spread out. We've been noticing this. It's part of what some of the fun side of the transfer portal has given us because you've got guys that might have standout careers at one of the Dakota schools. Where did Dalton Connect come from?
Northern Colorado.
Northern Colorado. He makes one move to Tennessee. He's the conference player of the year. It's really impressive.
In the SEC, too. A Power 5 conference.
And then their last great player just came from a mid-major.
Yeah, Chaz Lanier from North Florida.
And was player of the year caliber guy. So things like that happen. You can get on that run, which is why you love seeing mid-majors be in the tournament, but they're getting into the tournament. The mid-majors that you want to see, the mid-majors that you need to see, they are there. Maybe once in a while you might say, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for Indiana State. We would have liked to see them in there when they were a 27-win team. You can debate about it for a minute, but then again, you say there's a 64-team field, and you didn't get in as an at-large, so schedule some more tough non-conference games and then try to get your way in there. Gonzaga changed the tune on that, and look at them now. That was 20 years ago. Now they're a proverbial blue blood. Don't do this. They're going to do it, but it sucks that they're going to do it.
They're going to do it. It's done. They're going to announce it as soon as today.
Or tomorrow, who knows?
And I've heard people make the percentage argument. Like, there's so many D1 programs, you need to expand the playoffs.
No, you don't.
There's a lot of crap in D1.
Yeah.
A lot of crap.
It's actually nice and exclusive if you look at it that way, where there's that many schools, but you got to look at the number that could actually perform in a tournament like this.
Exactly.
But why do that? You're going to have the St. Peter's run was special because they won their conference tournament anyway and earned their way into the big dance and then caught a bunch of blue blood teams and got hot and knocked Purdue out. That's part of what made it great, not that it was an expanded field.
Not necessarily Lane Kiffin were making arguments last year that Ole Miss should have been in the playoffs, right? Because the argument was, well, they're playing very good football and they're better than this team, and we feel like they could, if they were just in it, they could win it all. You tell me, I'll give you 10 years of NCAA tournament history. You tell me a team that didn't make the tournament that you really thought, man, they were hosed because they could have won it all.
No.
It doesn't happen.
It's never happened. It's never happened. And I don't care that some first four teams have made their way to the Final Four. That's great. I still wouldn't have been crying about those teams if they didn't get in.
Look at NC State just a couple years ago. They ran through the ACC tournament as a 10 seed, and then they earned their way in because they won the conference tournament.
Yeah.
And then made their way. They stayed hot and made their way to the Final Four.
Makes it a little more special when you're like UConn with Kemba and do something like that. NC State, you do something like that. You really do punch your ticket. I'm fine. People have problems with the auto bids.
I don't have problems with that.
I'm fine with the auto bids. Actually do something to get into the tournament.
Pat Mahomes is being fat-shamed. Details in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 10-minute slowdown due to an accident that's blocking the left lane on eastbound 270 on the south outer belt at 23. It will be stop and go from 71. We also have an accident that's out towards Delaware on Orange Road at South Old State Road, causing some delay there. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Is water damaging your home? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement concrete foundation experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Brought to you by Metal Supermarkets. Metal Supermarkets is your convenience store for metal. Visit Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com for all your metal needs.
At United Dairy Farmers, peach is our most popular ice cream. And once you taste it, you'll know why. Right now, get 2 48-ounce cartons of UDF peach ice cream for $10. It's only here for a short time. UDF peach ice cream, made for you.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Hear that? That's the sound of freedom. This July, declare your independence on the open road during RCD RV's Declare Your Independence sale, running July 5th through the 19th, offering all-American savings on all in-stock motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Wave goodbye to ordinary vacations and say hello to adventure. Stop by any of our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com. Celebrate the red, white, and blue with unbeatable savings at RCD RV. RCD RV. Freedom starts on the open road.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
Panama Ted is being forced to produce this show against his will. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Please subscribe to the podcast of this stupid show. It's available wherever you get your audio. Just search Common Man and Timmy. Click. Subscribe. Every single show comes right to your device free of charge. The podcast is brought to you by our friends, Care Heating and Cooling. Before we start this next story, you worked in Kansas City sports radio.
Absolutely. That's
back
where I
in the
started
day.
my career.
Do you know who this blowhard is?
I never met him. I, of course, know him because everybody in town knew who Kevin Keatsman was. And if we have any former Kansas City people here that are sports fans, I'm sure you popped him on or listened to him or at least knew who he was and loved him or hated him. What I vividly remember is a lot of people ask me questions about this who know my past. And yes, I did work with Nick Wright before. We did a few shows together. And when he brought in, he was fresh out of Syracuse. And look, I mean, he had a lot of talent. Like, he was pretty groomed right then and there. They put him right on the air. I would produce some shows for him and did a few shifts with him doing nights. And then he elevated quickly and got to afternoon drive.
He went right past you.
Oh, my God. It was...
Left you in the dust.
He was maybe 23, 24 years old.
Just
it was
like
impressive.
Rhyme Time is going to do with me.
Good.
Right? He's got his
chances.
Sights set.
Hey.
I'm taking you down.
You got to watch your back in this business. You look around your shoulder or look behind your shoulder and somebody's coming. But Nick was great. Like, he was a good dude and he was good to me. I say this like I know him. He wouldn't know who I was because
you're selling yourself short, buddy. But go ahead. Continue with the story.
So one of his first modes of business when he got into the chair at 610 Sports, which is where our boss, Fish, actually was the program director at 610 too. We missed each other by, I think, about 5 or 6 months when we looked at it at the roads. Nick went after Kevin Keatsman. Like, he made it a thing.
So they were competitors.
Yeah.
He decided, I'm going to go after this guy.
We haven't really had that in this town where we've had some maybe half attempts at another, like, sports venture, but nothing like where you've had two big stations.
We had other sports radio stations that would start up and they'd look at the numbers we were doing and the advertising dollars and say, man, I want a piece of that. I can compete with them. And they'd commit halfway.
Right.
They would do maybe one local show or a show and a half and go out and get some half-baked talent. And then they were surprised how the ratings didn't follow after that.
Can't be done that way, right?
No.
Like, you look at us, we're 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and we have digital shows as well.
With an established entity, you've got to have deep pockets and patience. And that never occurred here.
So I don't really remember the specifics of what Nick was going after, but Kevin had a persona. He does what he does, right? Give
me a comp on him.
Big ratings.
I'm not familiar with this guy. Give me a comp. Is he like a Skip Bayless type of guy?
Skip's too far of a stretch. Skip's too far for him. I got to think about a comp. It's just if Kansas City people, they know him. And
I know they know him. Do they like him?
He's a love-hate kind of guy.
All right.
I wasn't a big enough listener of him to give you the full rap sheet. Fish is going to come running down the hallway, too, because I know he's probably got big ideas of Kevin and what he did. But I can imagine that Keatsman was working most of his career to try to get in the news like this, which is what the story. But finishing what I was saying about Nick, he went after him. Management did not want him to do that. He was going to make it part of his thing. Like, I'm sick of this guy, and they didn't want there to be any, like, known dissension between the two entities. They don't want to really acknowledge the other guy. You can see that from one company's side.
Right.
Pretend like they're not there. He didn't do that, and he climbed quick. His show did huge, and he went on to Houston, and now he's a famous national guy. Keatsman stayed local, done very well for himself. But the thing he's done now that has us talking about him is how he called Patrick Mahomes fat, which... Look, we didn't listen to the segment of what he did, how it sounded, but I can imagine how that goes.
Well, it wasn't
Pat is dad fat. He's had a little bit of chubbiness to him, which has been kind of funny.
That he also said he was a disgrace,
an embarrassment,
and it's an embarrassment.
An embarrassment.
And his conditioning is terrible. Rhyme time?
Rhymer?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
You did look like you were swinging the mic.
You looked like you were
there.
ready to go.
Sorry. We'll swing. All American rejects.
No,
over to the mic.
Because that's what I first thought too. It's like, was it just an offhanded comment?
Yeah,
my God, look at him.
And then,
look at that. He's living the life.
Right.
But no, and by the way, you telling me that he's worked his entire career to get noticed from stuff like this.
Yeah.
Tells me everything I need to know about this guy.
I think he would feel really good that,
he'd love
the
this.
trainer clapped back at him to make this national news. And it's not the way that, you and Bowen would make news every now and then, but it would just be about clever things, or, it would be about the April Fool's Day show, right? Things like that.
I don't know if that was clever or not, but we did it.
Or not even clever, but just basic reactions to after another loss to Michigan. We know that those are
right.
We know that those are going to be huge days, but you still you get amped up for those shows because you hold it in all weekend, and then a lot of our audience, which is a good thing, right? You're on pins and needles waiting to hear what the reaction is at 3:00
we also
on a Monday.
Would get lots of reaction, and you would too, about Ryan Day. Can Ryan Day do it?
Mm-hmm.
Should Ryan Day keep his job? Because we had real questions about whether Ryan Day could physically get over that mountain. Now, those questions have been asked. The Michigan question's still valid, and it's going to be out there until he wins those games, okay? But we've seen the light at the end of the tunnel, and that's a championship. We know this guy is a championship-level coach. What shocks me about this criticism of Pat Mahomes is you're not even talking about a guy like Josh Allen. I can see, not saying I would do it, but I can see how Josh Allen would get pushback from his local media because all you hear every single year is how good Josh Allen is.
Right.
And how much of a transformational quarterback he is. But yet Josh Allen has never gotten over that hump. So it's a realistic question to ask, what's wrong with him? Much like we were asking of Ryan Day. But Pat Mahomes has, correct me if I'm wrong, the guy was never an Adonis. He has looked the same since he came into this league, and he's won the Super Bowl 3 times.
Which is why I can understand Bobby Strope clapping back, because you're so pent up at how fake this is.
Bobby Strope is Pat Mahomes' trainer. So what did he have to say?
So he said, send me your location. You obviously need attention. If you want to see what in shape is, go make it through a practice at training camp, run hurry-up offense, scrambling back-to-back-to-back plays. You don't have a clue what it takes. It's not a look, it's performance. And Strope obviously knows this is a dude who's fat that sits in a chair. It's like my son used to always say to me, Dad, you go to a place to sit all day. Right, I do. It's not that hard work isn't being put in. It's just in different ways. It's more of what we do. Obviously, none of us are going to sit here and act like we could go out there and perform on a football field. Strope knows that, but he couldn't help himself. And I can't imagine, as we have sat here for as long as we have, if the Columbus Blue Jackets go and win a cup, let alone 2 or 3, that we're going to, picture who the star would be. If it's still Zach Werenski.
Adam Fantilli.
He would be in his elder years. Adam Fantilli. Whoever it is, maybe they put on 5 pounds or something like that, or look a little different, or we don't like his beard.
For every
or his
cup
long
you
hair.
win, I allow you to put on 20 pounds.
My God. Just imagine.
Not of muscle, just fat. Just roll on out there.
That's why I guess things maybe get easy and stale in Kansas City.
It's not.
Get on Bobby Witt for something, for God's sakes. I don't know. Get on the
It's not
Royals.
even the fact that it's a hot take. I have hot takes all the time. Some are good, some are bad.
It's a dumb take.
It's just dumb.
It's lazy,
it's stupid.
and fake.
And to not know the difference at this point. Look at Pat Mahomes with his shirt off. And there are plenty of pictures out there that you can point to. First of all, I don't think he's fat. But then again, I'm fat.
They're actually showing his photos here this week to say, oh, he's looking better.
Well, whatever,
he's clearly been doing some core workouts.
He looks fine. He's a quarterback. I don't need him to be jacked. But you look at a guy like him. And then you look at a guy like Anthony Richardson from the Colts with his shirt off. And if they were to have a posing contest, I guarantee you Anthony Richardson wins that 1,000,000% of the time. The difference is Anthony Richardson had to ask for a play off because he was tired. Pat Mahomes has never had to do that.
It's completely different, right?
It's completely different.
Yeah. I don't even... I don't even understand it. It's about winning. And Patrick Mahomes is really athletic. God, we got to get Chris Collinsworth on here to tell us all the great things.
Don't do that now.
I gotta tell you.
We were having a nice conversation.
We're having a nice
and you
time.
go ahead and ruin it with that.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're watching on YouTube, Timmy is wearing, from Seinfeld fame, the Ass Man hat today.
Who do you think got me this?
Some distasteful, immature child.
Who do you think got me this? And sure enough, every time that I wear the Ass Man hat to work, we're either showing a bunch of children the studio space. We've got maybe some clients that roll by that I haven't met yet. So like,
Did something happen today?
Pop up around the corner and I take the hat. Yes, there was actually a lovely person that was in the parking lot as I arrived. She was just cold turkey coming to the station to drop off a resume. I respect it. Like,
and you greeted her with the Ass Man hat on.
I walked out of my car and the hat was here, and I immediately chucked it into the back seat, so she was not able to see it. And then I just was, hello, how are you doing?
People are trying to talk the WNBA out of something, and they're wrong and stupid, and I'll tell you why coming up next. That's my hot take of the day. Plus the WNBA, fat. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a bit of a slowdown on southbound 270 on the east outer belt from Livingston Avenue to I-70. And you're going to hit slow traffic on northbound 71 on the south side between Greenlawn Avenue and 315. This report is sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank, and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. Speedy Rewards app required, valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
With rates as low as 8.99% APR, now is the perfect time to save your summer with a debt consolidation loan from BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/consolidate.
If the family of raccoons living in your garage are thinking of moving out because your garage door is too ugly even for them, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, transforming the look of people's homes for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
You know that thing you've always been too scared to go for? It seems like you'll never have the guts. Then a cancer diagnosis. And doing that thing becomes way less scary. I would know. I've always wanted a black belt. And today, the only thing standing in my way is a few wooden boards. It's been a lot of hard work and 5 years since I beat cancer at Ohio Health. Bring it on. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
The big one is back. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 of the nation's baddest hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Don't miss Good Guys autocross racing action. A tire-smoking burnout competition. A pro street takeover. Earth-shaking nitro thunderfest. Meet the top builders in the industry and more. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
No matter where you are, Coughlin is there, in store or online. CoughlinCars.com. 13 new car brands, over 1,000 pre-owned vehicles, 16 convenient locations for sales, service, and parts, plus 4 state-of-the-art collision centers. CoughlinCars.com. Shop locally owned, CoughlinCars.com.
Coughlin has the car for you. For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention, like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we'll talk technology with Rod Cook from Titleist, plus former Buckeye Will Grimmer, who won the Ohio Open last week at Firestone.
Tita Green with Skip Mosick. Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat. I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Just heard Brandon Beam bragging about finally beating me in golf. Cute story. Let's set the record straight. I lost my 50 pounds with a Waken 180 first. Brandon saw my results, heard about my golf game, and thought, hey, I better do that too. Sure, Beam had some decent drives last weekend, but who carried the team when the shots really mattered? If your goal is to walk 18, drop 5 pant sizes, reduce your medications, just do exactly what I did. First, choose the solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Want to know anything about the Fan's contests, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
This show cuts harder than a Cape Cod chip inside Timmy's mouth. This is Common Man and Timmy.
Guys, we all know that owning a home can be difficult. It can have its frustrations, especially when you got to fix some of the bigger stuff. You need a new roof. You need new windows. But do not fear, because I've got some new friends. Victor's Home Solutions. You got to check out my guys. Give them a call, 1-866-VICTORS. You can go online at victors.com. Here's what sets them apart. They've got 5-star customer service. They've got amazing customer service. A 4.9 Google rating. That is really hard to get. And when it comes to that roof inspection, they are the best in the biz. They give a 21-point roof and window inspection. I said it yesterday. You might have some bums that are just standing on the sidewalk trying to take a look at the roof. No! They're up there. Ladders, baby. They're up there. They're checking that thing out. And also, when it comes to those roofs, they can offer you a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. So once again, check them out, victors.com.
Quickly, I want to talk about the WNBA. I was reading a story today because I saw that there were a bunch of day games in the WNBA today. And I'm like, what the hell doing day games for? And then I read about it. And it's camp day. And what they do in these local markets, Indiana Fever had a noon game today, is they take summer camp kids and they play at noon and they have a crowd pretty much of summer camp kids.
Yeah. And
they get to experience their first game. They get to experience a professional basketball game. Maybe they've never seen one for the first time. And the WNBA's goal of this is to attract new young fans, and they've been doing this for a long time, and shame on me for not knowing it, but
it's a pretty neat idea. By the way, the Fever got smacked.
They
lost 80-61 to the Valkyries there, and Caitlin only had 10 points.
But I've been reading some articles today, some people saying that the WNBA has outgrown this, and if you want to be treated like the major leagues, you have to act like the major leagues, and I don't understand that at all.
I don't agree with that.
There's never, I don't care how big you get, you should never have to apologize or stop trying to engage new fans in your product. You know, sometimes I think that happens too often, is that we just assume, well, you know what we're doing? You like us, you know us, you've seen us. As ridiculous as maybe I think, as a 45-year-old man, those Nickelodeon broadcasts are for certain NFL games.
I know what you're saying.
I know firsthand they've brought kids to the product, and it's gotten them interested in the game of football.
And you know what? There's a little thing that you're trying to do in broadcasting that maybe some people don't fully grasp, and that's having fun. That's having fun. Like, why do we play games in the first place? We get attached to them because they are fun to play. We have fun hanging out with our friends. We have fun enjoying the feeling of when you put the barrel of your bat on a baseball for the very first time. It's just that's what it is about. And I appreciate companies that are going to try to push like that and at least test things. There's sort of an F it, just do it category where you can look at data and you can look at trying to, bring in new audiences, like doing some daytime games. There's also that little bit of let's just do it. Like we have the idea there.
I hope they don't stop doing that. I hope they keep the camp days. I've said that I think that Major League Baseball, there should be a day game on every day of the year.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your team playing a day game every day of the year. But, I was a kid once too, and I know it's been a long time, and I'm screaming at kids to get off my lawn now. But imagine if you're a kid and you watch the tournament, you're excited for the tournament. Maybe it's on spring break. You get to watch those games on Thursday and Friday the first week, right? And you fill out a little bracket for your friends, and you have some pogs you're betting for, whatever the hell you're throwing in the pot.
Pogs?
Whatever, man.
What do they got? The slammer? Is that the thick one?
I forgot how it worked.
You got the little tube
garbage
that
pail
you kept
kids
it in?
stickers, whatever the hell it was.
Oh, yeah, those pogs.
Right? Whoever had the best bracket won the garbage pail stickers.
Beanie Babies, let's throw those in there too.
But then you get to the culmination of this fantastic event, and you look at your mom and dad and say, I can't wait to watch whatever two teams have gotten into the championship game.
And
they
then they're like, what
I'm
time
sorry,
is
it starts at 9:20 Eastern time.
On a school night.
We can't do that.
Why are we doing the Monday night title games? Don't answer that, because I know why. I know the reason why they're doing it.
That's what the networks want.
Can we reassess that? Are you going to tell me that Sunday matinee wouldn't be just as good? Why is the Super Bowl a Sunday matinee game? They don't wait until 8 o'clock to get that thing going. They could even bump it up an hour and it would be fine. 5 o'clock or 5:15 versus the 6 or 6:30, whatever they do now. But I really would like to see the final game in both college football and college basketball not be on a Monday in the dead of the night. There's a way that you can reconfigure to put that to Sunday or even Saturday. I think that would be fantastic. I know they want to have their Final Four night in a prominent spot as well, but man, national championship game would be cool to get on one of those better days.
I think we overlook some of these
You got to
windows.
think about the students too. Like if their team wins the national championship and they want to go out and party, and then they can't really go to school the next day.
Or go to the game,
Well,
right?
I mean, and decent schools should be canceling school the next day. What are we talking about here?
North Carolina and Kansas and Ohio State, for that matter, they're going to cancel classes if they win the college basketball national championship. They do it when they didn't they do it when they won the football national championship? They had to have.
This is why I got sort of pissed off. And I understand that nothing to the extreme is good. I get it. But people would bitch and moan, they still do, about the noon kicks. Ross Bjork leads the charge now. Noon kicks bad. Need more night games.
Yeah.
There was a period of time not too long ago, Buckeye Nation, don't forget, that every single game, it seemed like, was a night game. And I would hear from parents of kids who would say, these games are not ending till after midnight. My kid can't stay up and watch these games. This is a real problem. They have to address this.
You're a real problem. It's a little bit of, we haven't had enough balance with it. I do know what you mean. It felt like we had too many, and now we don't have enough.
Right.
And no one can decide what they really want.
I'm
now.
not saying the entire sports landscape should be revolving around 9-year-olds. All I'm saying is don't ignore them completely. If the WNBA wants to take a day,
it's one day,
and have a camp day where they have tips at noon on a weekday and they have girls' summer camps come in there, we shouldn't be shaming them and saying, that's not Major League. You shouldn't be doing that. No, you should be doing that. It's okay to be Major League and still keep your connection to the local community, including the younger fans who you hope grow up to be older fans and spend their income on you.
I mean, the NFL is the biggest and baddest league in the world. And they are even going to all sorts of countries all over the world.
I want that 9:30 kick to be permanent. That 9:30 Sunday morning. I know
they're going that route.
And I'll be the happiest person in the world.
They're going there. 9:30 every Sunday.
Timmy's pants flew off this morning. He's going to tell all of us why coming up next. Common Man and Timmy on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a couple minutes slowdown on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 315 and 71. And watch for an accident that's causing a couple minute delay on southbound 71 on the north side between Gemini Parkway and 270. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Are your windows sticking? Is your drywall cracking? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the foundation repair experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This summertime, it's Modelo time. Whether you're poolside or curbside, kick it with an ice cold Modelo. Time to fire up the grill and turn up. Time to reach for a crisp Modelo or the refreshing lime and salt flavors of Modelo Chelada. Time to raise one to summer, and time to stock up on Modelo before summer is gone. Drink responsibly. Beer and flavored beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Wow, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Here's a look at what's going on around the ballpark with your Cincinnati Reds. The Reds are putting the finishing touches on the current road trip for the weekend series in Philadelphia and will return home on Monday for a 7-game homestand against Miami and Colorado. Monday's game against the Marlins will be the next Bark in the Park game at GABP. Ticket packages are available for you and your dog with pet activities and more in the First Star Fan Zone. After the series finale on Thursday, July 10th, multi-platinum selling country act Old Dominion will perform a live concert from the field as part of the Ohio Lottery post-game concert series. This concert is free to all fans with a game ticket. A limited number of field passes may still be available. Visit Reds.com/concerts. Friday is another City Connect Fireworks Friday, and on Saturday, fans in attendance to see the Reds and the Rockies can take home an Ellie De La Cruz basketball jersey, presented by Cintas, while supplies last.
Let's be honest, we could all use a little vacation from the ordinary. But with Tim Hortons' new refreshers, you don't need to pack your bags. Just sip, relax, and enjoy your refreshing 16-ounce vacation. With tropical mango packed with real pineapple and mango pieces. And strawberry watermelon kiwi featuring real pieces of strawberry and kiwi. Also try it with lemonade or coconut milk. A choose-your-own taste bud adventure. Head to Tim's for the new refreshers. Your 16-ounce vacation awaits. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My AC stopped working. Your competition says it's fried. When I saw their cost to replace it, I could have just died.
We can give a second opinion, give you options and advice. We'll strive to earn your trust and make you a client for life. Get a free second opinion, replace or repair. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Save a whole lot more all summer long with hot deals on Meyer brand must-haves.
Like Meyer bottled water?
24 packs for $2.99.
How about Meyer freezer pops?
Yeah, for just $1.99.
Meyer quencher sparkling water?
69 cents each plus deposit where applicable.
What about ingredients for s'mores?
Of course. Meyer marshmallows for $1, Meyer graham crackers for $2, and Meyer 6-pack chocolate bars for $4 all summer long.
Now that's a good deal better.
Only at Meyer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meyer app.
Hey, it's Timmy Hall for Central Ohio's most trusted and experienced group of orthopedic experts, Orthopedic One. They helped me with my hip pain, and I trust they can help you as well, because Orthopedic One is where you go to get better. So find a physician or location at orthopedic1.com.
Mark your calendars for Diamond Seller's Wedding Weekend, July 25th and 26th. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Seller. Wedding Weekend is back with incredible offers you won't want to miss. Enjoy buy one, get one half off wedding bands, 20% off diamond anniversary bands, and 10% off handcrafted custom bridal. We've had the guaranteed best price and an unmatched selection for over 78 years. Choose a jeweler you can trust and come see us July 25th and 26th at Diamond Seller on Salma Road or at Easton Town Center.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.44%, APR 6.47% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Delaware County Veterans Services is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Give Delaware County Veterans Services a call, 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. Baseball tonight. Columbus Clippers at home at Huntington Park again, hosting Louisville. Cincinnati Reds. They'll try and break a 4-game losing streak when they host Miami. Cleveland Guardians go for a third straight win, playing on the road in Houston against the Astros tonight. In Wimbledon today, quarterfinal play. Ladies winners Belinda Bencic, who was an upset victor over 7th-ranked Mira Andreeva, and 8th seed Iga Swiatek, who knocked off number 19 Lidmila Samsonova. In men's quarterfinal play, top seed Jannik Sinner defeated Ben Shelton, and number 6 Novak Djokovic, a winner over Flavio Caboli. From the NBA, Chet Holmgren and the Oklahoma City Thunder reaching agreement on a 5-year maximum rookie contract extension, fully guaranteed to total up to $250 million. This update brought to you by BMI Federal Credit Union. Rates as low as 8.99% APR. Save your summer with a debt consolidation loan. Visit bmifcu.org/consolidate. Breaking sports news right here on The Fan.
Over 50 years of combined radio experience. They also have a combined mental age of 11. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer coming up at 5:30. A special happy birthday today to Mr. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is 69 years young today. Rhyme time, do you have any idea who Tom Hanks even is?
Yes, I do.
What's your favorite Tommy Hanks movie?
Forrest Gump.
Really? You're a gumper?
Let's not speak now. Let's not speak.
Oh, come on.
So Jenny, we're talking about bad people in movies. Jenny might be one of the absolute
She is
worst.
right up there with Paulie from Rocky. Right up there.
She came back and needed Forrest to help her care for her child. She didn't,
which turned out to be his child.
His child
that she didn't tell him about until she found out she had AIDS.
Right. Oh, I'm sick and I'm going to die now. Now I'll come back there.
Every time something bad happened in her life, Forrest was there and she took advantage of him until she felt better again and then moved on.
It was really manipulative.
Can't stand her.
Awful stuff.
I'm glad she's dead.
Mental abuse.
Glad they buried her, and I hope Forrest would walk little Forrest around the property right to the grave and be like, "That's your whore mother right over there."
Who was the?
Glad she's dead.
Was it Haley Joel?
Yeah, that's right.
He was the little boy.
He was little Forrest.
He was also the little boy that had one of the greatest lines in Walker, Texas Ranger history.
That is correct.
The very AIDS that Jenny had. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Google Conan Walker, Texas Ranger clip.
I was looking through the list of Tom Hanks movies, and I think I can say with a lot of confidence, he probably has the most versatile library of anybody out there.
This is why we had this discussion a month ago. It was one of the first couple weeks of the show we did a little top 5 list, or we all just actually maybe chose which actor or actress. If you had one person's catalog and you could only watch those films the rest of your life, Tom Hanks would be my pick because the versatility, like you said, you start with Big. You go back to his early films, and it was just a ton of those like light, refreshing.
First of all, you don't start with films. Big. Okay, one of my favorite Tom Hanks movies is Pre-Big.
Okay,
it was not a blockbuster by any means.
Burbs?
but I think I've watched it more than any other Tom Hanks movie. If it's on TV, I will stop and I will watch it and I will laugh.
Can I guess?
Go ahead.
The Money Pit.
Money Pit is exactly right.
I own the Money Pit.
I love
I had
the
to
Money Pit.
purchase it on Amazon Prime because Sarah and I like to rewatch that.
When Tom Hanks gets stuck in the floor and he's hallucinating and thinks the Care Bears are there.
I'm in the den. No, you're not. I just went in there. I'm in the den. He's in the floor and his legs are kicking out.
If I had to pick one to watch over and over again, it would be the Money Pit. Now, if you ask me what's the best Tom Hanks movie, that's a bigger discussion.
Right.
Because then we get into Road to Perdition, Apollo 13. We get into that sort of territory.
And nobody thinks about Road to Perdition. Would you agree with that?
Awesome movie.
It's sort of a
excellent movie. Shouldn't be
lost movie. It's Paul
awesome.
Newman in it.
It's Jude Law.
Jude.
Paul Newman. Tucci. Stanley Tucci's in that.
Tucci plays Nettie, doesn't he?
Yes.
I think he plays Capone's
great movie.
Right-hand guy. It is great. I mean, they have to leave the New York area. They're driving out to Chicago after the family gets gunned down. It's fantastic. I think Catch Me If You Can.
Also a great movie.
With Leonardo
him
DiCaprio.
and Leo, very good in that.
Great chemistry, those two.
I'm going to take you back to one that's not even that old. Well, it's 2015. I guess it's 10 years old now. Bridge of Spies. Did you see Bridge of Spies?
I believe I did.
About him in the Cold War?
I believe I did.
Very good movie.
Yeah, that was a good film.
And, of course, there's Captain Phillips, which we had recently, too.
Oh.
I'm the captain now.
Oh, man. That meme, there's a meme from that movie. Rhyme Time even knows
that frequently.
Rhyme Time knows the meme I'm talking about. Tell him about that. Which one is it?
Just the I'm the captain now.
No. The meme I'm talking about is when he comes onto the ship after they rescue him, and he can't, he plays it so well. So it's an ode to Tom's acting. He's like, they're like asking him, like, sir. Remember when like the medical team like has him on the boat and they're like, do you know where you are right now? Like, does this hurt? He's like, is this your blood? He's like, no. I don't know. He plays being in shock the best I've ever seen.
Settle an argument for me. So last night we're having this conversation at the dinner table.
Yeah.
I said to my wife, I said, what's your favorite Tom Hanks movie? Because I saw it was going to be his birthday today.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite Tom Hanks movie? And she says, A League of Their Own. And I said, no, he's in that movie, but that's not a Tom Hanks movie. He is a minor character. He's great in it. The movie is awesome, but I don't think of A League of Their Own and say, oh, yeah, it's a Tom Hanks movie.
I hear what you're saying. I do. I hear what you're saying.
You don't have to agree. You can agree with her. Everybody else does.
I'm not going to go against you just to go against you. I'm thinking about it. I think it's okay. I think it's okay to say that that's her favorite Tom Hanks movie. I hear the argument, though, because you're right. No, he's not the lead role. But then again, like if we looked at the credits, where do you think he would be? Would he not be the top?
He
or
wouldn't.
Would it be?
No, he's not.
Who would be? Gina Davis. Right. Yeah. Gina Davis would be.
I think even Madonna got billing ahead of Tom Hanks.
And then
Rosie, and then whoever played the other sister, whose name I forgot.
You're not putting Tom more than 3 spots down.
No, I think
Tom
actually
Hanks,
Tom was. I think it was an and Tom Hanks.
An and Tom Hanks.
I think it was an and Tom Hanks. Same thing with like That Thing You Do.
Yeah.
He's in that movie.
You're right.
Right, but he's not the principal star of that movie.
I agree. You make very good points in the distinction between a Tom Hanks movie and what that is, but he is in it, and he's not just a cameo. So I'm cool if I'm cool with Kristen using that one. It is a great movie. That too. Like, it's a fantastic movie, and he has maybe one of the most famous sports movie lines ever.
No crying in baseball.
I think that also elevates that to where she can say that. But there's too many to count for me, movies that I love from him.
Hey, do me a favor. Text the burner phone. We want to hear from you. 614-787-3093. Best Tom Hanks movie. And do you agree that A League of Their Own is not a Tom Hanks movie? He's in it. It's a good movie, but it's not his movie. All right, you told me this morning that your pants flew right off your body, but you didn't tell me why.
I didn't even, they may have dropped teasers that this was on the way, but if there were, I didn't see it. But when I did see it, I seen it.
Oh, you seen it.
I seen it, and I was happy. The only thing that makes me upset is that the Washington Commanders aren't fully ripping the Band-Aid off and going to these uniforms as their basic prime uniforms. They have to be alternates. But again, like, we understand the team name change. They did what they did. They had to do it in today's climate. They had to change the name Redskins to hopefully something better than Commanders, and then they chose Commanders. They asked for everybody's opinion on what it should be, tried to put a lot of thought into it, and then said, guess what, we're going to go with Commanders. We hear all your suggestions. No, we won't do that. But the uniforms that they're rolling out are, to a T, the Washington Redskins uniforms. And no, they don't say Redskins anywhere. The actual uniform may have only said it in tiny lettering right under the V-neck. But the bordering, the striping, the
logo on the helmet, of course, is different.
Of course, yeah. But the helmet stripes, the color, that's all I really wanted. You were going to change the team name, but why in the world did you have to change anything about the colors or what the actual jerseys and pants and helmets looked like?
New identity, Timmy.
No.
New identity.
Not new identity. Same identity. Hail to the team that won 3 Super Bowls, a team that mattered. They have not mattered for the last 25 years until they got number 5. And I'm excited for Jaden Daniels. I'm excited in our household.
No sophomore slump this year?
No.
You worried about Terry McLaurin not getting his contract done yet?
I'm upset that it's taken this long. I'm not really worried that it won't get done. I just don't see the point why you need to push something out like this that's inevitable. Just make him happy so he's going to enjoy his offseason and feel locked in. There's no way they're not letting him go. Joe Theismann had some comments, which I appreciated. He's a big figure in that town, one of the 3 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. Let's get it done. Stop messing around. Terry McLaurin's great. He had some comment kind of comparing him to Jerry Rice. That's not what he's not saying he's Jerry Rice, but he's saying that he is such a valuable piece to this team, and he is blazing fast, too, on the football field. We know that. Terry's an awesome player and an awesome guy.
We're going to talk about a big, juicy man ass coming up next. That's actually written on my piece of paper. Big,
That's
juicy
a tease.
Man ass.
Yes, man.
Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Traffic is slowing down due to an accident that's on East Main Street at Sheridan Avenue. And you're looking at a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Want a man cave, playroom, or guest space in your basement? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement finishing experts. Book your free inspection today at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Wake up and cash. It's Top Picks on Morning Juice. Powered by WeWinUwin.com. Professional sports bettor Chad Patrick. Dropping plays and juicing up your Friday mornings with fresh pick winners. WeWinUwin.com. Built by winners for winners. Stop guessing and start cashing.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Are your leaky windows costing you money? Yes, they are. Right now, when you call my guys at Universal Windows Direct, you get payments as low as $99 a month or 12 months with no payments and no interest. Seriously, upgrade your home now and relax until next year. Call now and get a free in-home window and energy assessment. Choose the payment plan that's right for you. 614-502-5220 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Now open. Zumbizi Bay's brand new conservation tower. 3 slides, 1 tower, and endless thrills. Only at
Zumbizi Bay.
Plan your visit at zumbizibay.com.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Looking back at my Awaken 180 goals, and very deep on the list was to beat my guy Austin Ward at golf. Well, played in the Marysville Marathon with him on Saturday, and let's just say, mission not accomplished. I got smoked. The biggest part, though, I wasn't lugging around those extra 75 pounds in that brutal heat while playing 36 holes. That was the real difference. I felt my stamina was way better. I'm not telling you you're going to be a scratch golfer, but you will be able to enjoy 36 holes, unlike I've been in years in the past. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Do your good-looking shoes hurt and you don't want to wear ugly shoes? At the Good Feet store, we can help you wear your heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort. Trade in your bad feet for good feet. at the Good Feet store.
When you walk up and down the stairs, do you feel a crunch in your knees? Or when you lift your arms above your head, you hear a click in your shoulders? Have you tried steroid shots and neither suggested surgery? Before you go under the knife, you should hear me out. Hey, it's Tyvis Powell, and I want to tell you about something that helped a lot of people get their lives back without getting more meds and without having to have surgery. It's QC Kinetics, leaders in regenerative medicine using the treatments like advanced cellular therapy and platelet-rich plasma, all designed to actually help your body heal itself. Their cellular treatment contains growth factors and healing properties to maximize your own body's ability to heal itself. 92% of patients report satisfaction with their results. Learn more about something that could be life-changing. A licensed medical provider will go over your x-rays or MRI and see if you're a good fit for these breakthrough treatments. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Let me tell you, some days there's nothing better than a quick refresh. So switch it up and refresh your day at Speedway with the 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks and all your favorite snacks. Speedy Rewards app required. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
Start your morning knowing anything is possible, because if these guys are hosting a radio show, imagine the possibilities. T-Bone and Tyvis.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
Your home for football, food, and fun. The Fan.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
I have taught many students over my 34-year career in public education, and I've had the honor of serving more than 100,000 public school educators as the president of the Ohio Education Association. As I retire from teaching and we welcome a new OEA president next week, I want to say thank you for this enormous privilege.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association. Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
More clouds and sunshine, light winds and humid on this Wednesday with a scattered late-day thunderstorm possible. Temperatures in the low to mid-80s. Overnight, we'll keep it warm and humid with patchy fog. Temperatures around 70 out of the gates on your Thursday morning. Back in the mid to upper 80s with partly sunny skies late Thursday and the chance of some late-day showers and storms. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
Two men who are not allowed to sleep in the same room as their wives. This is Man and Timmy.
This dumb show brought to you by the Hinder Motor Company. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer coming up at 5:30. Teddy's off today because it's Wednesday, so Rhyme Time is over there. What are we doing here?
We're talking about a big, giant, juicy man ace. I didn't know about it until yesterday. I mean, I knew who this was and how hot this guy is. When I say hot, I mean like on a streak, on a hot stretch. This athlete is awesome right now in one particular aspect. Really some numbers. I'll just come out right with it now.
We're all big
Great
about
name.
Stats.
Great name, Cal Raleigh. So you got to put Cal right onto the all-name team.
Plays for the Mariners.
Plays for the M's.
Hitting a lot of home runs in a ballpark that's very tough to hit home runs in.
I love the name Cal too, being a Cal Ripken guy. Even I found out my buddy Dane Sanzenbacher, if you didn't know, he named his son Cal because also was a big Cal Ripken fan growing up. And he enjoys this name just as much as the next guy. But Cal Raleigh just hit his 36th home run before the All-Star break.
Big power.
Big power.
Big Dumper.
Big Dumper, which that's quite a nickname. You know, where does a nickname like Big Dumper come from? Is it Is it anything to do differently than you just take giant dumps?
Good news.
That's what it sounds like.
Michael Kay, they were playing the Yankees. Michael Kay decided to explain to all the Yankee fans what that nickname means, just in case you did not know.
They gave him the nickname Big Dumper because he has a pretty large posterior. And he did not like it. His former teammate Jared Kelnick said he hated it. I just said, just wait, it'll come around. Then they're making T-shirts about it, and then it did come around.
We're getting a close-up.
I don't know if we need that, guys. Goodness.
We don't miss a thing here, Michael.
Yeah, they say in Seattle they sell number 29 jerseys with the name Big Dumper on the back.
A little tame for my liking.
They're zooming in on his ace on the production. They were right there. It was funny to watch, like how close they were getting. Like he was putting his gloves in his back pocket, standing on first base.
I said the same thing, much in a more vulgar way, about Mike Loxley the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even the size of his ass. He just looks like he would sit down and break a toilet
and just swallow it.
Like we've all had
between the cheeks.
We've all had those dumps. At least I have, that clog the toilet without any paper. They're few and far between. But Mike Loxley looks like every single dump he takes, he has to flush mid-dump. Well, because if he waits too long, it's over.
The guy that I've always wondered about is Shaq. You know? Like, being honest. Like, we've seen some pictures of some of his homes, and I believe there's a Google image out there of one of his beds. I keep saying one of them because I imagine the guy to have many homes.
I got a lot of beds.
This one had the Superman logo.
First of all, it's the Shaq logo.
It looked like the size of 10 king-size beds. Like the size of a room, a large room. That was just Shaq's bed. So I always have wondered, what kind of toilet does this guy have? It's certainly not regular height.
It's not regular height.
No, he's big.
It's not even the elongated bowl.
No,
it's got to be huge.
Double elongated. What's the chair height elongated, right? Those are the two terms we have for the nicer toilets. Now, that's not enough.
My first apartment that I lived in, I had those little tiny bowl. I called them the Tucker toilet because you got to tuck your genitals in or else they're going to hang off onto the toilet seat. You picture Shaq trying to go to the bathroom? That's why, no kidding aside, you can Google this. Andre the Giant used to dump in the tub.
No.
Dead serious.
No.
Imagine being the maid that went out there to clean Andre the Giant's turds out of the tub.
Oh, that's disgusting.
He didn't fit on the toilet, the poor man.
I guess it makes sense.
He's got turds in the tub.
Not just turds.
And he was very courteous about it. He would fill the tub up with water.
That's not helping.
So it's not just a dry turd sitting there because then that makes everything funkify.
I would prefer the dry.
No, you wouldn't. Mess you up.
You can just throw like a towel over it.
Sawdust over
it. Throw some cat litter
it's just
over
floating around in there.
Get a cheap towel.
It sinks to the bottom. No floaty.
I had heard, and of course these are just myths that people make up because they're mean, right? But our guy Mark Mangino, that there was an actual paid assistant whose job it was to wipe him with a beach towel.
Come on.
You just had to be on hand. You just had to be standing by. You think about it.
One day I'm going to make it in the coaching profession.
Well, you got to do the dirty work.
You mean recruiting?
No.
Wiping the coach's ass.
But honestly, how do you do it if you're 450 pounds?
I don't know. Let's ask T-Bone.
I don't know. You ass. Big Dumper, though. It's a good one. Cal Raleigh.
What would disappoint you more? What would surprise you more? It's not what would disappoint you more. To know that Shaq was hung like young boy. Like he just didn't have anything going on.
So not.
Like that's what I mean. What would surprise you more?
I don't want to picture young boy, but that's
you know what I mean.
Whatever you're going to say,
I assume
whatever you're going to say will surprise me more because there's no chance.
There's
no
adults
chance.
here. We can have this conversation. Don't pretend like you're offended. Don't pretend. Oh man, I don't think about another man's pee-pee. Come on.
I'm like Adam Sandler. I want to know.
Well, that's what I mean. I assume it's almost like a fruit by the foot, where it's got to be rolled up.
It's got to roll out.
I would be shocked if it was like a nubbin.
I think there's a ludicrous lyric in there.
Well, whatever.
Red carpet roll out.
Or pick a little tiny person. Who would you say is a real tiny, like nothing of a guy? Like a Danny DeVito?
Danny.
Danny's like 4'7", right?
4'8".
What if he was hung like a walrus? What would surprise you more? Danny being hung or Shaq with a little MP?
Shaq being little would surprise me the most because there's just no chance.
I bet there's no chance either, but you don't know.
I do know.
You don't know until those lights are out.
It's in my mind. I'm picturing
Maybe
it.
Even then he's faking it.
I'm picturing it right now, and it's at least a foot.
Flash?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes, of course. Woo! Oh, man. Woo! That's big.
What was the Adam Sandler story?
The Adam Sandler story was he was telling this on Conan. How they were shooting had to be one of the grown-ups films. So he was on set for maybe a handful of days for how big his part was.
Shaq, you talking about?
Shaq, yeah, that's right.
How you doing? I'm into grown-ups.
And they, not surprisingly, were playing a lot of basketball because they were, in between scenes, having some fun because Adam likes to play. And he kept trying to sneak towards Shaq's, I guess he had his own special area set up where it was his and his only.
Trailer,
or then access to like a shower and a locker room on site there.
Okay,
that was his and his alone to use. And then he had security detail that would watch his back, right? And Adam just would continue to start sneaking around.
To take a look.
And he didn't even lie about it. He just told the security guard, like, straight ahead.
Oh, I just want to get a look at his baby.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to look at Shaq naked in the shower.
But see, now the fact that he has to have his own special area, the fact that he's got to have security around him, makes me think that he's hiding something. He doesn't want people to know.
No. Because he made some kind of joke about how... I forget the punchline of it. You have to watch the bit, but...
Like, I assume that back in the day, if you're banging with Shaq in the paint, like, he's a physical guy. You got to feel something hitting you, and you got to feel it, right?
I mean, you're usually...
Those shorts are very loose.
Yeah, you're right.
You're going to feel something.
So let's talk to Hakeem Olajuwon. And see what's up there. Patrick Ewing,
I also want to talk to you about your wonderful career. You won 2 championships, albeit when Michael Jordan was retired because, whatever.
But what did Shaq feel like?
When you were banging with him in the paint, what did you really get a feel for how big that thing was?
I mean, what are we talking about here? We talking about Johnsonville bratwursts, or are we going like...
It's not a summer sausage.
2, 3, no.
Summer sausage is short, but... It's girthy, but it's short.
I don't even know if anything in that section does justice to what's going on here. I think we need to go to the sporting goods aisle. I think
maybe one of those things you put on your steering wheel to prevent thieves.
Well, like we've got the yellow wiffle ball bat, and then we evolved into the blue one that gets wider. It's thicker. It's fuller. It's for hitting dingers, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
Scott Frost wants you to feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for you if you listen to this show. I really am.
You wanted it.
I know. 2 minutes away. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got an accident that's blocking the center lane and causing a 5-minute slowdown if you're on eastbound 270 on the North Outer Belt after US 23. It is stop and go from 315. And there's a 5-minute delay on westbound 670 from Grandview Avenue to I-70. This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Is it time for a new job? Then it's time for Express Employment Professionals. Quit the endless online job search. Enlist the pros. Let a local recruiter from one of their 870 locations help. And Express never charges job seekers a fee. Go to ExpressPros.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter. Declare your independence on the open road with RCD RV. July 5th through 19th. Shop 650 plus RVs now at RCDRV.com.
Hey, it's Timmy Hall. Sometimes dealing with home service contractors can be frustrating. Not like me singing loudly in the shower frustrating. Real life aggravation. They might not return your call. The workmanship is sloppy. Maybe there's just general indifference about helping you. Frustrating sometimes doesn't even describe it. That's why I want to tell you about my new friends at Victor's Home Solutions. Victor's installs the highest quality roofs and windows you can buy, and they'll take those negative experiences you've had and turn them on their head. You'll experience prompt follow-up service, on-time appointments, and their teams are helpful, professional, and courteous. Their service and installation crews always go above and beyond because they know how much your home means to you. They offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install, and their windows come fully equipped with lifetime warranties. So call 1-866-VICTORS or go to victors.com. Get your free 21-point roof and window inspection. Experience their 5-star customer service and see why they have a 4.9 Google rating. Again, that's 1-866-VICTORS or victors.com.
Let me ask you something. Is your money doing everything it can for you?
I don't know. How would I know?
Is it automatically saving for special events and keeping you posted on its progress? Like at Huntington Bank?
Oh, no.
Is it tracking your spending so you can make the best choices at the mall?
Nope.
Or setting limits on your teenager's debit card?
Definitely not.
Then it could certainly be doing more.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
Common Man's wife would rather bang her head up against a wall instead of listening to this show. Timmy's wife is banging the milkman. This is Man and Timmy.
That's a hell of a show today, isn't it?
Oh, it is something else.
Tell your
not
friends.
one of them.
Tell them how stupid we are. Give me a number, Timmy.
I'm going to give you the number 3.
Caller number 3 right now. 614-821-9710 gets a family 4-pack of tickets. The Monogram Homes Cardale Jones charity softball game on Saturday, July 19th at Huntington Park. It's Team Cardale against Team Braxton Miller. If you're not the winner, don't worry. Tickets can be purchased for $10 at BuckeyeCruise.com.
I'll be there.
I'll be there. Minute Bowl.
Tall.
Dead.
7'6".
Unfortunately dead.
Not the tallest, though. That's George Murison. My giant, Billy Crystal.
He was taller than Manute Bol?
7'7". 7'7", tallest guy in NBA history.
What about
Sean Bradley?
Sean Bradley.
7'6".
Okay.
Right there with
And you know
Manute.
this right off the top of your head.
Yao Ming, 7'5". Better than all those guys.
Matt Painter tried to recruit them all.
You imagine if Matt got Yao? That would have been impressive.
Matt got Yao. Just tickles me.
Hey, did you
hear about Matt? No, I didn't hear about him.
Matt got
what
Yao.
happened? Matt got Yao. Oh, no. Let's pray for him then.
Oh,
Matt got Yao.
Is he okay?
Tough, man. Yao mess you up. Hey, Scott Frost is back at UCF for its second chance.
How's he doing?
Well, he's back. Lasted more than 4 seasons at Nebraska.
They all sucked.
With a 16-31 record.
My God.
Spent 2024 as an analyst with the Rams. Said yesterday he didn't want to talk about his time at Nebraska, but he did. I guess it's American Athletic Conference.
Don't want to talk about
media
my time.
days, right?
Yeah.
So he's talking to the media now. He said about leaving UCF the first time. He was there at UCF, then went to Nebraska, and now he's
he
crapped
had the 12. Didn't they claim a national championship
did.
at UCF?
He said, I didn't want to
God
leave
love it.
UCF. I always said I would never leave unless it was some place you could go and potentially win a national championship. I got tugged in a direction to go try and help my alma mater, and I didn't really want to do it.
Ooh.
It wasn't a good move. I'm lucky to get back to a place where I was a lot happier.
Interesting.
This is the ultimate loser move.
That really...
Okay?
I would say something different, even if that's how I truly felt.
This is the ultimate loser move. I say this to my daughter sometimes, where she will fail at something that I know she's trying hard to accomplish. And she will throw the defense mechanism out there. Why do you really want to do it anyway? No, you did want to do it. You weren't successful, but don't minimize what you were trying to do.
I'll even go a step further when we're trying to teach our youngins, like how to make it through this life, because you go through this with school, right? Where you have to study a lot of subjects that you might not be interested in. You eventually find what your spark is, what your passion is, and you want to focus on that. But there's something good about learning how to do things. Forget about in this case where you actually did want to do it. You made a choice to do that. It's better even to learn. Sometimes we don't choose to do things, but you have to anyway, because it's just good for you to have to pay attention, focus on some things that aren't a lot of fun for you to do. Maybe you don't want to be doing them, but they will teach you some things, because in life, you're going to have to do a lot of things that you don't really want to do. This is worse because you're pretty much just falling back on a situation that didn't work out for you.
No, he can't admit that.
There's no really teaching lesson here.
He says...
You're making excuses.
If it were up to him... See, what he did was he listened to too many people. He was actually doing them a favor.
You're an adult.
He had too many Nebraska people coming to him saying, Scott, please come here, save the program. We need you.
That's flattering.
No, he blames them now because if it were up to him, he would have stayed at UCF, which is a bunch of bunk.
My God, you're not staying at Central Florida.
Of BS. He is a Nebraska alum. It was a no-brainer that he would go there. He knows it. Maybe he doesn't want to admit it to himself. It wasn't people pulling him along. It was him coaching to get to that point. And then you got to that point and failed. And I understand that's a tough pill to swallow. And sometimes our brain makes excuses, right?
I get that too.
But the reality is, he was the worst coach, and I think probably still is when you go back and look at the raw numbers, the worst coach in one-score football games, okay? That's not a case of, well, we just didn't have the talent to compete.
Right.
What are you going to do?
You coached them to be in these games.
When the game was on the line, and they look to you, the highest paid coach they've ever had, the savior coming in to save the program, you would lose every time. Your butt cheeks got tight and you couldn't coach down the stretch. That is nobody else's fault but yours. Nebraska is never going to get the type of talent that Ohio State gets, but you were in those games.
Look, though.
And you lost them.
The fact remains, Nebraska football is likely not going to ever get back to the magic that they once had in college football. But I'm not going to say that for sure, because with the way NIL is working now,
I'll say it for sure.
They could possibly
done. They're losers. They're bums.
Okay, never mind.
They're done.
Never mind about Nebraska getting good again. But don't sit here and act like a guy at Central Florida, even if Nebraska isn't your alma mater, isn't going to go in a heartbeat. Come on. And there's a lot of people at other similar schools that are on that step or two down. You're going to a Big Ten school.
Well, I didn't want to marry Elle McPherson anyway.
You are getting to play big boy teams.
I wish I never left this peg leg prostitute with scurvy. That's where I really wanted to stay. So many people are like, you got to go to Elle McPherson. You got to do it. No, I want to stay here on the pirate ship.
I don't understand.
Moron.
I don't understand.
You sound like such a loser. You know what? Enjoy your time at UCF. Go ahead and rot in Central Florida. Piece of garbage.
I don't want to talk about my flair. I don't want to talk about it. Not talk about Nebraska. We've got to talk about it.
Well, and he did, because they kept asking him questions.
Right. He said...
it was one of the biggest coaching failures of all time. How do we not talk about it?
How do we not talk about that? He said in a one-on-one interview, the same reporter asked what he learned from his time there, and he just said, don't take the wrong job.
Mm-hmm. This sounds like, you know what? I'm glad that Nebraska only hires coaches that make excuses, because now they have Matt Rule over there. And Matt Rule's already done better than what Scott Frost has done. We'll see how he works out down the stretch. But, when he flamed out in the NFL, none of it was his fault. It was all on the Carolina Panthers.
Was he a blame guy, too?
Oh, my God. Are you kidding?
All right. I don't really remember it. I wasn't paying that close attention to it. But, boy, the Panthers have just sucked in general for so long, which is why I bring that up.
Well, that's fine.
No, it doesn't make it right.
Nobody forced Matt Rule to go there. These guys have such egos. They feel like they can go into any single situation. And, they couldn't succeed here, but they're not me. I'm smart.
Because he got hot after.
I'm going to get it done.
He got hot at Baylor.
Yes.
And then went to the Carolina Panthers, tried his hand at the NFL. Didn't work out. And again, I thought Matt Rule had something cooking there, but same type of thing. Just when you think Nebraska's starting to turn a corner, they hit some skids. But we'll see this year. Dylan Raiola is back. They've got some excitement for their team.
Are you surprised that they wound up keeping him? I thought he'd be a guy that hit the portal and he'd get some cash someplace.
Yeah, maybe there's a book out on him and tried the market a little bit. And a lot of teams took a look and said, no, I think we're good with what we have.
I mean, because obviously he was once committed to Ohio State. He was the number one quarterback prospect.
Five-star number one guy.
If he were to hit the portal this offseason, he wouldn't even be the number one quarterback in the portal.
He's
far from it.
He's doing all the copycat stuff for Patrick Mahomes.
And he admits to that. He loves Pat Mahomes.
I get loving somebody and I get admiring someone and looking up to them.
But it's almost like he's Greta Van Fleet
yes,
now. All right?
He's walking like Patrick walks.
Yes, yeah.
Nobody walks like that with a head tilt and the sideways thing and the finger point.
He's got the bandana
the hair,
on.
Everything, like the walking towards the end zone the same way. It's like, dude, it's a little, you're not him, right? Right?
Do you?
I don't know if he does.
Kirk Cousins is making some news today. I'm going to tell you why coming up next. Kyle and Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's a 5-minute delay on westbound 670 from Leonard Avenue to Neal Avenue. And there's almost a 10-minute slowdown on southbound 315 if you're traveling from Lane Avenue to Town Street. This report is sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank, and refresh the vibe with 69 cents large Big Gulp drinks. Speedy Rewards app required. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Men, summertime is here, and that means vacations, summer barbecues, outdoor parties, camping, beaches, and so much more. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're like many men, you may not be feeling like yourself this summer. Perhaps your energy is low and you aren't sleeping well. Maybe your workouts aren't as good as they used to be, and if what I'm describing is you, it's very likely you're suffering with low testosterone. But low T doesn't have to affect you anymore. Just call Tri-State Men's Health, get treated, and see how it changes your life. If you're like most men, you'll feel so much better. Deeper sleep, improved vitality and clarity, greater strength and energy, and an enhanced sex drive as well. So call us. Just $99 gets you a PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654. Or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Stay hydrated. It's hot out there.
So my teenage son just went out in sweatpants and a hoodie. It's 98 degrees. At least I know he'll be cool in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge.
Get too hot?
My phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
Cool cars, cool people, good times. It's the biggest and best hot rodding event of the year. The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 classics from across the USA. Shop the swap meet at Huge Vendor Midway. See which rides take home the crown of the 2025 Classic Instrument Street Rods and PPG Street Machine of the Year. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
Hey, it's Austin Ward. Just heard Brandon Beam bragging about finally beating me in golf. Cute story. Let's set the record straight. I lost my 50 pounds with a Waken 180 first. Brandon saw my results, heard about my golf game, and thought, hey, I better do that too. Sure, Beam had some decent drives last weekend, but who carried the team when the shots really mattered? If your goal is to walk 18, drop 5 pant sizes, reduce your medications, just do exactly what I did. First, choose the solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
If your last garage door repair guy used phrases like the springy pulley uppy bobber, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors, straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family may not listen to you, but we will. Sundays at 11, it's The Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're welcome.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings because you're driving to Paris,
Texas!
Then it's off to Rome,
Georgia!
And you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
There's a greater than 0% chance Common Man gets fired before this show is over. You're listening to Man and Timmy.
You know, guys, sometimes dealing with home service contractors, that can be an annoying experience. Might be some missed appointments, people not on time, sloppy workmanship. Maybe they don't treat your house the way that you want them to. A general sense of indifference about helping you get the job done. That's why I want you to turn to my guys at Victor's Home Solutions. There is a reason my guy Victor has been banging for almost 20 years and growing his business year after year after year because they treat their customers the right way and they install the highest quality roofs and windows that you can buy for your home. You want to take care of that home. That's your investment. Your children, your family's underneath that roof, so it needs to be good. That's why they've got their free 21-point roof and window inspection. Just give them a call at 1-866-VICTORS, or you can just go online at victors.com. They don't mind if you take a look around. See my guys at Victor's Home Solutions.
You're not going to give me a www dot like you do in that one commercial you do?
Oh, it's out. I took it out.
Good. I'm glad you took it out. It was stupid.
It was dumb.
HTTP.
Semicolon
/ colon? Yes.
Colon? Powell? Bartolo?
Cologne. Smelly.
Cologne, France.
Kirk Cousins. He's on the Netflix quarterback series.
Watched a couple episodes last night and this morning with
And
Jack.
he said that he exclusively gets his hair cut at Great Clips.
This was heavily discussed across the first couple of episodes.
He says he's busy, doesn't have a time for a permanent barber, so he just stops into a Great Clips. Look, a lot of these guys are filthy rich, and Kirk Cousins is one of those guys.
He's probably netted at least $250 million in career earnings.
But I've met guys like this, man, where they've got tons of money, but they still drive the same crappy car because they just don't care. And Kirk Cousins is one of those guys that just doesn't care what his hair looks like. When it needs to be cut, he gets it cut and thinks nothing of it.
He actually has a decent looking haircut from what I saw. So he must have a nice stylist at the Great Clips that he goes to.
Well, because of this, Great Clips unveiled their first ever VIP card yesterday and awarded it to Kirk Cousins. They're calling it the Hall of Fade. Because they fade your hair up. Get it?
Fade up.
The VIP card will not only allow Kirk Cousins to receive free haircuts, which to me is unnecessary, but I like this next little part. but also anyone in the store who happens to be getting a cut at the same time as Kirk Cousins. Now,
wow, it's like buying a round for the house.
Right, maybe you're saying, why does Kirk
Let's
Cousins,
go.
of all people, need a free haircut? He's
That's
rich.
not the point.
But it's a nice little gesture, and if you happen to be in there at the same time, you also get a free cut.
And let's be honest, too. The amount of exposure that he just gave great clips across the first 2 episodes, at least that I've seen, is worth having, 2 times a month. A guy like Kirk Cousins comes into your local shop, maybe some other customers that are there get a kick out of that. Seems like a friendly enough dude. And what is it rolling? $18 for the haircut at that place? You can give a guy like Kirk the free haircuts and turn him into one of your pitch guys. I'm sure he'd be glad to do it.
Now, he doesn't do this anymore. He's not here today because it's Wednesday, but our producer, Panama Ted, once upon a time, maybe he'll get mad at me for saying it, but I've known Ted for a long time, almost 22 years. Once upon a time, this man used to cut his own hair with a Flowbee.
No, he didn't.
He did indeed.
Nobody used that?
Yes, he used it.
It's like the suck cut from Wayne's World.
Exactly right.
As you can see, it sucks while it cuts.
He would use... Now, Rhyme Time is here. He has no basis of pop culture at all if it's not in the last 10 years.
Do you know a Flowbee?
Do you know what a Flowbee is?
I do not know.
Okay.
You know what Wayne's World is?
No.
Ever heard of Michael Myers? Oh, no.
It's okay. It sounds familiar.
Wayne and Garth?
If I say to you, schwing, do you know what schwing is? Schwing.
No.
A baking powder?
No stairway. Denied. Nothing. It's not getting through. Stan Mikita's Donuts?
I may stop off and get some takeout on the way home, Reimer. You know what I'm going to get?
What's that?
Cream of some young guy.
You stupid idiot. I knew you were going to say that. Oh, man.
What a hose bag. Hey, speaking of things Reimer's not going to know, Dan Patrick said that he was very close to becoming the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Reimer, do you know what Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a game show.
And who hosted that game show?
I don't know, but I think I used to play it when they made it as a video game.
Regis Philbin. You know who Regis is?
No.
Jacob, it's me.
Final answer.
Regis.
Big Notre Dame fan, Regis. Now, he's dead. He's dead now.
Why did you sound like a samurai? Just
Final answer.
What are you doing?
You want to phone a friend? Final answer.
Sound like Ken Watanabe.
Get out of here.
What are you doing? Final answer.
Final answer.
Get you a Tori Hanzo sword with that?
Now, it always baffles my mind, like how in another dimension, maybe these things happen. So let's say Dan Patrick gets that gig, okay? Does Who Wants to Be a Millionaire turn out to be a success? Because that was not a foregone conclusion. They were putting a game show on primetime television. There hadn't been a game show on primetime in 20 years when they put that show on.
What was the last, before that, mega successful show?
Mega game show? I don't even remember.
You felt like you were sitting down with the family.
That they put on primetime TV? I don't remember.
You were actually excited to watch.
Maybe Pyramid?
Man, I guess I don't know because I wasn't.
All right, anyway.
I wasn't banging
I know
back
Pyramid.
then.
You know Pyramid. Good.
Big money, big money, big money. That's the one, right?
You know where the pyramids are? What country?
Yes.
Have you heard
What
of
is
the
that?
Sphinx?
Egypt.
Have you heard of Egypt?
Yes.
What continent is Egypt on?
Africa.
This tricks me up a little bit, too. It is Africa.
Yeah?
It tricks me.
Why?
I don't know. I think of the Mideast as a separate entity.
It's also part of the Middle. We discussed this, didn't we?
We did discuss
It's
it.
Northeast Africa. It can also be part of the Middle East.
Let's move on, shall we?
Let's not do this for the rest of the show.
So Who Wants to Be a Millionaire hires Dan Patrick instead? A, who knows if it's a success? We also don't have final answer. Like no one says, is that your final answer? No one says it because it doesn't exist. Regis doesn't say it because he's not there. Dan Patrick wouldn't say it.
He didn't say it like that either.
Maybe the entire generation that we grew up with, instead of walking around saying, that's your final answer. Shut up. I'm doing it because I know it pisses me off now. Dan Patrick, when he used to do NBA highlights, he used to do good. Right? Good. Maybe when you get a question right on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, he takes his good to a national audience. Maybe an entire generation of people walking around instead of going, good.
I hate this.
You want to phone a friend?
You're sounding like the What's Up guys from the Bud Light commercial.
And then who became the host when it went into syndication? Remember that?
It was the woman. She was great.
Yes.
She was on NBC for a long time. Meredith Vieira.
Good job, buddy.
You ever heard of her? Nope. Good. Thanks for playing.
You know how she would say it? She'd say, Valenza! That's Valenza! Are you ready to rock? Who wants to be a millionaire? Welcome to the jungle!
She's not talking like that. She's good and clean. She's a professional, for God's sake.
Wanna phone a friend?
You sound better than Axl Rose.
Now I do. He's making dolphin noises.
You're in the jungle, baby.
I'll tell you what, they did the farewell for Ozzy this weekend. Ozzy's in a chair with Parkinson's. He sounded better than Axl Rose.
Just put Frankie Valli and Axl on the stage at the same time and just watch them cook.
My tum-tum hurts. I feel sorry for a professional athlete. I really do. I feel sorry for this person. I want to give this person my condolences, and I want to tell the media to leave her alone. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to tell you who it is and why.
Such a fat ass.
Coming up next, Cowan, Man and Timmy on
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Watch for an accident that's causing a 5-minute slowdown on eastbound 270 in the North Outer Belt after US 23. Police are on scene there, causing a slowdown from Sawmill Road. And there's a 5-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between East Broad Street and 11th Avenue. This report is sponsored by your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy. Your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts, Medicare D, and TRICARE Department of Defense plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payer update. See your Kroger Pharmacy for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you that whether you drive a little over the speed limit or a lot, you can crash just the same. You could hurt yourself or worse, others.
I'm at the scene of the collision.
And the damage you cause will be beyond repair. See? We didn't have to use crash or siren sounds after all. Speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And for a limited time, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.44% APR 6.47% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
Guys, it's D. Miller. Don't live with tiredness and low energy. Get your life back with testosterone therapy at Low T Center. Take the test, get fast results, and start your TRT with Columbus's leading experts in men's health. Now it's easier than ever with the new Synergenics Health app, an innovation in healthcare technology you won't find anywhere else. Download now or book an appointment while the test is still free at fixmylowt.com. Fixmylowt.com. Once again, that's fixmylowt.com.
Your bathroom's got to go, the vanity's decayed, and toilet's really old. The bathtub's giving way. If that's our us a ring, call morning, noon, or night. You do not have to wait to get your bathroom right.
Call Baths R Us for your free estimate and enter to win our Christmas in July $12,500 bathroom remodel with an additional savings of up to $3,000 plus low to no monthly payments. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
At
At Meijer, we're working hard to make summertime shopping a good deal better with great deals like $1.99 a pound bulk large sweet cherries, $2.99 a pound fresh from Meijer boneless skinless chicken thigh family packs. Buy 2, get 1 free 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, 7-Up or Dr. Pepper products, plus deposit where applicable. And 3 for $6 on Meijer shredded chunk or sliced cheese. Summer is always a good deal fresher at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Back to Hollywood Casino Columbus and the ESPN Bet Sportsbook for an all-star game celebration and watch party. When? Tuesday, July 15th. Compete in our home run derby at 7 o'clock for a chance to win an incredible experience at an upcoming Reds game, plus a $250 gift card. So join On the Money's Dave Biddle and me, Scotty Vegas. Compete to win at 7 and enjoy the all-star game at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at 8. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And we're back talking all things connectivity with Spectrum customers Kev and Melissa. So tell us, how long have you been with Spectrum and how important is a reliable internet connection?
We've been Spectrum customers since we moved 12 years ago. The first thing we did is sign up for Spectrum Internet.
You get a lease, you get it Wi-Fi.
Yes,
immediately.
We need that. We had Spectrum Wi-Fi before our couch got here.
That's true. That's a true story.
I'll sleep on the floor, but I won't go to bed with no internet.
You heard it here. Switch to Spectrum now.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees, Wilson, to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Hear that? That's the sound of freedom. This July, declare your independence on the open road during RCD RV's Declare Your Independence sale, running July 5th through the 19th, offering all-American savings on all in-stock motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Wave goodbye to ordinary vacations and say hello to adventure. Stop by any of our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at RCDRV.com. Celebrate the red, white, and blue with unbeatable savings at RCD RV. RCD RV. Freedom starts on the open road.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good afternoon. This is Paul Keels. Cleveland Guardians go for a third straight win when they take on the Houston Astros again down in Texas. Slade Ciccone pitching for the Guardians. Brandon Walter for the Astros. Cincinnati Reds trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, hosting Miami this evening. Sandy Alcantara pitching for the Marlins against newly selected All-Star Andrew Abbott for the Reds. Baseball officials announcing today that the automatic balls and strike systems will be used during next week's All-Star game in Atlanta. It's speculated the ABS system could be implemented on a permanent basis as soon as next season. Meanwhile, the Columbus Clippers continue their home series at Huntington Park as they play host to the Louisville Bats. This update brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Don't put off losing weight this summer. Reach your goal during the easiest season for weight loss. Awaken 180, the official weight loss program of summer. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
One has pizza sauce for blood. The other is Rachel Maddow. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Mike, I want to know, before you get to this other story here, we mentioned Kirk Cousins in the last segment. If you guys missed this, Kirk, watching this quarterback series on Netflix, pretty good show. I've taken the first 2 episodes now. A lot of good Joey B stuff, Joe Burrow stuff for the Cincinnati fans. But Kirk has now got himself a VIP card for Great Clips because he gave them a lot of love. And he's honestly loves just going there to get his hair cut quickly. And that VIP card not only gets him and his family free haircuts, but anyone else that's there at the time when he's there gets them for free too. It got me thinking, things in your life or companies or businesses anywhere in the world, where would you want a VIP card? Maybe you call that their platinum card, the black card, whatever.
Right, get everything for free.
Where you get it all. So
Ferrari dealership.
That's
is that the answer you're looking for?
Swinging big.
All right. If we're being reasonable, we're talking about like a restaurant of some kind, fast food. Let's say let's put it there. Now Now, first of all, would this be recognized or would I have to argue all the time?
Oh,
because
like the McDonald's guys?
There are people that have
Recognized.
McDonald's gold cards and they go try and use them, and the employees at the McDonald's are like, I don't know what this is. I never heard of this. This entitles me to free McDonald's for life. I've never seen it before. I don't recognize it.
That's no good. Didn't we also see one of these similar situations in baseball where if you're a former player, you can get a card in any stadium you want to actually get tickets in. They will accommodate you. They might not be right behind home plate, but they'll accommodate you. And I guess if it's a full house, they'll take the last two people up in the triple deck and just throw them over the edge of the stadium. I don't know how they do that.
I think you have to have a certain amount of service time, right?
I think so.
I mean, if some guy who just had a
cool thing.
Is there a priority list?
I would hope
it's like,
so.
I'm sorry, Mr. Agbayani, I can't let you in here.
Right. I would hope Cal Ripken gets better seats than Todd Froworth.
I would hope so. Anyway, I think I'd probably go with a place like Five Guys. Because Five Guys has gotten so expensive.
Yeah.
I enjoy the product very much. I never get sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
Would it also be a situation where everybody who's in Five Guys at the same time get free stuff as well?
Oh, my
'Cause I'm
God.
gonna
They'd
bankrupt them.
go under.
They would have a parade for me.
Yeah. Well, how many times do you go to the Five Guys when there's a lot of people in there? I don't really see too many people when I go into Five Guys. There's maybe two other people in there.
I don't usually eat at rush times, though. Like, I'm the idiot who's there at 11 o'clock in the morning.
But I do. I'll go in there at like 6:30 for dinner.
It's a $45 meal.
That's what I'm saying. And so maybe they could look at that. If I had a swing big one here, I was thinking about this. It would have to be someone, because I love to play golf, maybe one of the bigger golf course management companies. So, there's different companies that run.
In the weeds.
Yeah.
This is too much. It's like me with the Ferrari dealership. That's not fun.
That's too much?
Yeah. Pick something basic.
Something more, I was going to say troon for golf courses, but you're not allowing
I know
that.
what Reimer would pick if he had just a gold card anywhere.
It'd be to the Dean Dome.
Bunny Ranch. Free Hooters.
No way. Man is
He's
good
a good,
and clean
boy. I know.
There's not enough. You speak of Hooters, an actual restaurant. Where are they these days? Are they about to be done?
They're not in this area anymore.
They're not
They
here.
still exist, but there are other restaurants that cater that clientele. You got the Twin Peaks. Used to have the Tilted Kilt. I think that's gone now, right?
I did an appearance at the Twin Peaks for college basketball.
I know you did.
a year
It was
or
one of
two.
the most awkward pictures I ever saw because you had your hands to your side and you weren't touching anyone.
What am I supposed to do with my hands there?
Well, nothing. I
Get into the
understand.
middle of a picture there with 11 women. What am I supposed to do?
Maybe do a thumbs up or something.
Hey, thumbs up.
You were
What do I
so.
do? Hold my
and
hands
I
up
understand.
high?
I get it.
Where am I going to get my?
While
What
you
do
think
I
about
want
that,
for free,
you know what? You
forever?
ponder that, and I'm going to stick up for somebody here.
I already have it. You turn my Sam's Club membership card into just everything I get at Sam's Club for the rest of my life is taken care of.
Well, there's got to be
Snack
some sort of
bar,
snack
Sam's.
bar. You're going snack bar. I'm going the jewelry counter.
No, everything. I'm just saying. I'm just including this. Obviously, I'm going to go nuts at the snack bar.
But I'm just saying that's
and
the
I'm gonna
first
hit
thing.
them for a
Man, I can get a free slice of pizza and a diamond ring.
Right. The snack bar, they should be happy to give me a platinum card for. I mean, you can't even spend more than $8 there if you're trying.
Trinity Rodman. And by the way, for the purpose of this conversation, I'm going to tell you, she is Dennis Rodman's daughter.
Which she is tired of hearing about.
She is at Wimbledon because I guess she is dating Ben Shelton? Anyway, he is a tennis player. He is playing at Wimbledon. And every single time they show her on the television, they make a comment about how this is Dennis Rodman's daughter. I understand that to a point. I mean, I just did it to tell you about this story. Trinity Rodman, every single time somebody brings up her father, she has gone out of her way to say that this man has no role in her life. He did not raise her at all.
He's done me wrong.
He got my mother pregnant, and that's the extent of his fatherhood. Please stop talking about this man when you talk about me. And it's constantly ignored. She is, in her own right, you can make a case, the best women's soccer player in this country. It's not like she works at the Quickie Stop.
No,
all right.
She's a great athlete.
You can just put her on camera and say, that's Trinity Rodman. She's a professional soccer player. She happens to be dating Blake Shelton. And that's why she's here with his family cheering her on. We go out of our way, and I understand why. ESPN has meetings about this. We go out of our way to make sure everybody's represented by the pronoun of their choice. But this woman has constantly said, stop talking about this guy. He's not my dad. He may be the guy who impregnated my mom. He has nothing to do with me, and it bothers me. And yet every single time the camera is on her, they have to talk about her dumbass father.
That's too bad. And the BBC commentator is Andrew Castle. He was repeatedly getting the name wrong as well. So when you're not only bringing that up, but you're calling her Tiffany all the time, that's...
Well, they called her Tiffany Rodman?
They called her Tiffany multiple times, and that pissed her off, too, as it would, because, again, it's not like I don't come without my own accomplishments. If you're going to keep bringing up the fact that I'm Dennis Rodman's daughter, could you at least get my first name right? It is not Tiffany. Trinity and Tiffany don't even really sound all that much alike, other than starting with the letter T. I can understand that, and I can appreciate that.
Christian Horner. You know who Christian Horner is? Little Jack Horney?
Little Jack Horner sat in that corner.
Christian Horner sacked their words, and I'm going to get back to that in a second.
He's like a racing owner, isn't he?
After 20 years of the Red Bull, which is F1 team, he's the team principal. So he's like the boss.
Yeah,
he's not the owner.
Not owner. Owner's not getting fired, right?
So he's the boss. He's also married to Ginger Spice.
Oh, really?
In case you like the Spice Girls out there.
Okay.
Because somewhere my wife is taking her clothes off and singing some sort of Spice Girls song. Here's the reason why I bring this up. I know most of you don't care, but big shocking news today in F1. I'm more concerned with the word sacked because that is a very British term.
I love it.
They do not say fired. They use sacked.
I love a good sacking.
See, but that's the thing. How would our lives be different if we use the word sacked here? Hear me out on this. Vince McMahon, one-time owner of the World Wrestling Federation / WWE. He had the famous thing. He'd take the microphone in the ring. He'd step in there and he'd give the, "You're fired." Now imagine, fired doesn't really exist in this country. Instead, you get this.
Say it.
You're sacked. But now that I actually hear it out loud, that may be a little bit better.
I think it might be.
You're sacked. Speaking of wrestling, my daughter has discovered the America's Got Talent, so we're watching it last night. And they had commercials for the wrestling, and I guess Goldberg is coming back. Why? I have no idea.
Really?
People want to see Goldberg in one of his crappy matches. Samantha knows nothing about wrestling. She just sees the commercial, watch, Goldberg's going to be here. She looks at me and says, "Why is that old man on TV?" I said, "I don't know why he's on TV.
This is just what they do."
Isn't he too old to fight those people? Yes, he is. Even in the fictional world of professional wrestling, he is too old to fight those people.
Is he? I haven't seen what he looks like here in a long time. Is he?
I mean, he's still put together,
big,
obviously.
right?
I mean, he's got
still big.
He's big, but
He
he's
got a
got
turkey
the
neck now?
white beard. No, he's fine.
You're watching AGT now, huh? You're in that phase with the daughter.
She likes to watch. We were watching it last night. They had this dance troupe of a bunch of girls, and I don't know how they do stuff. I don't know how people have talent. I sit here and I get, Valenza, Valenza. That's my talent for you. There are people out there that actually have talent.
Like Red Panda. I believe
Red Panda got hurt.
I believe Red Panda came up through having some AGT appearances.
Red Panda is injured.
She suffers for her work. She fractured that wrist.
She fell down
and
off that stool.
She tried to keep going off the stool?
Yeah,
unicycle.
Well, I mean,
you call it a
sitting
seat.
On a seat, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a good 12-foot fall right on her wrist. You knew she wanted to keep competing, too.
She didn't want to let the people down.
I just used to think that she was unicycle bull on head lady. Then found out she's the Red Panda.
Mm-hmm. You put some respect on her name.
Oh, she's great. College basketball fans love her.
People are spending big money to see two athletes compete against each other. We'll tell you who and why coming up next. Colin, Man, and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
If you need to use westbound 270 on the North Outer Belt between 161 and Cleveland Avenue, you're looking at a 5-minute slowdown, and we have a 10-minute delay on southbound 315 between Lane Avenue and Town Street. This report is sponsored by your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy. Your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts, Medicare D, and TRICARE Department of Defense plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payer update. See your Kroger Pharmacy for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal. Get Eco.
ECO.
Aaron, you know that complete HVAC system we sell for $12,000?
Yeah, it's for homes that are 1,600 square feet or less.
How big is 1,600 square feet?
3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Those homes are what America is made of.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Other companies are charging $15,000 to $18,000 for that same system.
Yeah, I know.
And if your family doesn't need a new furnace, Eco will replace the AC component for just $8,500. Why are we doing this?
Nurses, police officers, office workers, firefighters, and school teachers live in those houses, Jerry.
The people that America is made of live in the houses that America is made of.
We're just doing what we can to restore balance to the universe, Jerry.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When a person is doing well, they're making money. But when they're doing good, they're helping others.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
We're bringing balance to the universe.
Go to geteco.com.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
If your garage door is so rusty that every time you open it you think, I should probably get a tetanus shot, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For 30 years, we've fixed crappy garage doors straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
The Buckeyes are national champions. And you listen to it all right here on The Fan. And next year when they do it again, it'll be here on The Fan. And the year after that, well, you know the drill. Always and forever, your home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
I love my public school. My teachers are awesome. And everyone who works here makes sure I have what I need to learn and be my best. My classmates and I need your support too. Please stand with the Ohio Education Association to ask for the fully funded public schools every kid deserves.
Ohio's public schools are the heart of our communities. They're safe, welcoming learning environments where everyone can thrive.
Because in Ohio, public education matters.
Got a teen athlete? Then you know putting in the hours is all part of the game. But did you know the same goes for learning how to drive? Because just like playing a sport, learning to drive takes practice. The only difference is the stakes are even higher. 50 hours of practice time driving with you? Worth every minute. Gear up at teachyourteentodrive.ohio.gov.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy skies, light winds, warm and humid with isolated showers and storms on this Wednesday evening. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Overnight will fall back down to around 70. Another warm and humid and dry start to the day Thursday. Late day shower or thunderstorm possible Thursday. Otherwise partly sunny, hot and humid with highs in the upper 80s. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook of Common Man and Timmy. Weekdays at 3. The Fan.
If the authorities looked at their Instagram accounts, they'd be arrested immediately.
Daddy, what are you doing?
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Fish has handed me the plug sheet for tomorrow. What a doozy it is. T-bone and type.
Is that what a doozy?
Doozy's good.
Doozy's good?
Doozy's good.
Okay. Yeah. I can understand how doozy.
Not duty. That's different.
No, I can understand how doozy maybe sometimes in a sports sense can be used as a bad thing.
I just noticed. Are you wearing a pinky ring?
I saw your eyes.
Are you wearing a pinky ring?
Yes, of course. I went. Newsflash. I'm wearing a fake diamond-studded football gold necklace.
How far are we going to take this?
Farther.
If you come in with a C ring, we've just gone too far.
I'll show you the imprint of it.
T-Bone and Tyvis. T-Bone and Tyvis. 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. 7:15, they're doing their segment called The List. It's the top 5 plays in NFL history.
Okay.
I was just off the top of my head thinking what would be on that list. And I thought of 2 right away.
Okay, let's hear them.
The Dwight Clark catch.
Nice.
In the NFC Championship game against the Niners and the Cowboys. And the David Tyree catch. And maybe the Malcolm Brown interception.
I mean,
that game was done. The Seahawks were going in to score and to win. They had a camera shot on Tom Brady. He was dejected. He knew the game was over. For some reason, the Seahawks decided to throw the football on the 1-yard line. Mm-hmm. They lose the game, lose the Super Bowl. That's got to be in consideration, doesn't it?
I also think this wouldn't be on the top 5, but now that you're talking about the Giants, underrated play was the dot to Mario Manningham. Remember that throw on the sideline, 40-some yards or so, to get that drive going right at the end of that Super Bowl to keep. And again, all this is aiming to making sure the Patriots aren't the next latest undefeated team to go an entire season and the playoffs. I also think James Harrison, Jen, I know, is sitting back there still. She'll love that one. Packers, Cardinals at the end of the half in a Super Bowl to have that kind of play.
Well, if we're going
Cardinals
Steelers,
are about to score a touchdown, 14-point swing. Also,
it's Franco Harris.
Franco Harris.
It's the catch.
Yeah, of course. Franco Harris for sure is up
that's
there.
A good conversation. They will have a good conversation about that tomorrow morning at 7:15. Paul Feinbaum will be on Bishop at Friends at 10:30. Rothman and Ice, it's Gold Jacket Thursday at 2:30. They will talk to Bill Polian, Hall of Fame general manager. And then Teddy returns on this show tomorrow.
Let's go, Teddy.
Too hot with Teddy.
I have to ask you a personal question, so forgive me, but that's what we do here. I have been seeing a lot of these ads. You know, you get into different ad algorithms, and I don't know why for this one, because when it comes to my underwear, I am a creature of habit. It has been the same brand and same style underwear for 15 years. If you must know, I wear Izod. Maybe that's a shocker.
Izod?
Yeah.
I would not have pit you as an Izod
nobody
guy.
would. They're multicolored.
Multicolored?
When I say multicolored, I have black and navy blue and gray.
Okay. Well,
So
I think those are pretty standard colors.
No, they are. I just meant to give you a picture. They're not just white boxers, I have different colors, but they're the same. They have a black Izod band on the waist. They're comfortable. I like the size large fit. I've stuck with them. But I keep seeing these Me Undies ads everywhere, and it's just a giant picture of it's zoomed in too. You don't even see the models. You just see the midsection area. That's it. But they're all like fancy designs, cartoonish type of stuff. I guess a lot of people are buying them. I'm sure if they're very, very comfortable, then that's going to be the winning ticket. But I gotta know.
You know.
I gotta know.
We've had this conversation before.
I don't think we have.
First of all, I got 2 different types of underwear. I got a daytime underwear and a nighttime underwear.
What?
I sleep in clean underwear. Yeah, I don't.
Well, I would. Well, that's not two different types. I understand if you change underwear
there's
before
two
bed.
different types as well during the day.
Well, I'm telling you, that's weird.
I wear the good old-fashioned tidy whities.
No.
Hanes, tidy whities. My boys
Walter
need a
White
house.
here? Yeah.
All right, I'd like them cut right at the pelvic line, right there.
Oh, right at
I'll
that
show
line.
you right now if you want to see them.
What about the waist? Low cut there, too?
No, not low cut. Actually, I get a couple sizes above because I like a little roomier fit in the waist.
No mons pubis poking out?
Maybe by accident.
You can't.
Mons pubis. So
Can't see that?
But at nighttime, when it's time
no.
for bed, I go with a boxer brief. So it still gives me the tightness that I desire.
Why do you want tightness when you're sleeping?
I don't want to be flopping around. I don't want to be moving ball sacks around.
No, but look, being honest, we don't need sacks. I don't want them.
Of course we don't need sacks, but we have them.
But we got them. I get it. But when you're under your sheets, you need to have some breathability. You need to be flowing a little bit.
No.
You're in bed.
I don't want to be flowing
You're not
from
going
the
out
bottom
and
end.
attacking the day. I can somewhat understand boxer briefs or maybe you go with like a more
I do boxer
spandex
briefs
type.
at night. At night I do that.
I know you're telling me that. I don't know why you want to be housed overnight. I can understand during the day you want a little bit of that. When I'm playing golf, I'm not wearing the straight up boxers. I have a different line for athletic wear.
So you boxer at night?
I boxer brief. It's like a spandex athletic brief that I will wear when I'm playing sports, when I'm playing golf, when I'm doing something.
What about
where I'm
when
gonna
you're
be out
sleeping?
Sweating. Just the straight up boxers.
Okay.
And that's it. Boxers.
You don't feel like you're
Nothing
adjusting
else.
things and things are sneaking through the little slit and
sneaking through? There's a button there. I'm not breaking through that button. I'm not Shaq. Yeah, there's a button
Rhyme
there on
time.
the boxers.
What's your
He doesn't even know about the button because he doesn't wear them.
Don't call HR. What is your underwear of choice?
Boxer shorts.
Just
There you
flat
go.
out boxers.
Yep.
And you wear the same thing during the day that you wear at night.
Yep.
Okay.
What about athletics? You have the compression shorts, I guess. What I was trying to say.
Depends on the sport. Basketball, I'll wear like compression shorts, but
Golf, you're just
I'm
sweating your ace off
Here's
in
my
the boxers.
problem. I think I've just come too far now. I've gone 45 years of my life wearing a certain type of underwear. I can't just willy-nilly switch where my balls are flopping around. I can't handle it.
And you're getting. I always thought that the tighty whities wouldn't be comfortable, but you swear by them. You never look like you're uncomfortable. You're never itching or pulling at
No, because it all
things.
stays put for the most part.
I know, but I would think
I
it's
really squish them down.
I would
too.
think it's the elastic. It's not the elastic on the waistband. It's the elastic around the legs. That's what I think would get me.
No, because after about a wear,
the upper thigh.
Now, what size are you buying? You got to go bigger than your normal pants
But then
size.
what's the point? You need to be housed. You need to be tight
It's
with
houses.
them.
Trust me. Let me tell you something. It's good for me.
Yeah?
Because
Because it's so small down there.
No. Well,
there's
the coin purse is abnormally big. All right? And I don't want that shifting around. I've workshopped with boxer shorts before. I didn't have a good experience. I was peeling stuff off of my leg, which I know you do on occasion out there.
Well,
I know when you play ping pong, I can hear it actually slapping against your inner thigh. You'll never hear that with me. You'll never hear that because I'm housed.
It's not good. It's not good. You know there's animals out there in the world. They're internal. All that stuff is
trust
internal.
Me, I wish, buddy.
That's what it should be.
It just goes back in.
Why did we get made
internal
this way?
testes? Little trap door opens when you have to do your business.
Right. Like a little button
That's
there.
a flaw in the system.
Like you're a doll.
Doll?
A doll?
Doll.
Like a dowel? We'll tell the thing that we were going to talk about. We'll do it on the reverse side of Jeff Renner.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg and Bronny are going to play in a G League game, and
expensive.
People are losing their minds
Very
and buying
expensive.
tickets. All right, there you go. We told you about it. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer. You want to talk about
What kind of underwear does he wear?
That's the first question that we're going to ask. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
There's an accident that's on northbound Olentangy River Road at Home Road that's causing some backup there. And there's slower traffic on northbound 270 on the East Outer Belt between Easton Way and 161. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority. Are your windows sticking? Is your drywall cracking? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the foundation repair experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. Licensed in all states where work is performed. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Hey, Columbus, Jeff Rimmer here, back in Columbus for a little hockey and to visit my good friends at Buyers Volkswagen. Whether you want to buy, sell, or service your next Volkswagen, Buyers has all the options. Browse their entire inventory online at columbusvw.com or visit one of their friendly Volkswagen brand specialists. Or for more personal touch and exceptional experience, it's awaiting for you right there at Buyers. Come see why it's better to buy at Buyers Volkswagen. They're by the airport.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by Hinderer Motorsports. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
Broadcasting live from Shady Acres Retirement Village. It's Name Dropping with Jeff Rimmer.
Sponsored by Buyers Imports, Hamilton Road by the airport.
Oh, Rimmer was on the line, but he just popped off. We're going to get him. We're efforting. And when he does join us, he will join us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline.
He needs that satellite phone that he had when you were talking to him from the cruise. You said it was the best connection he ever had.
He was in the Mediterranean. He was on a boat in the ocean.
Heading to Sardinia.
And he's never sounded better. And now he's going to be at home in Florida.
And it'll be awful.
And he's going to sound like trash. Is he back on the line, Rhyme Time?
He's hunting.
He's efforting.
He's working right now.
You know what I'll do? I'll take this time to tell you. Oh, he's back now. Forget about it. Turn the music down, too. It's driving me crazy.
Almost.
What happened there, buddy?
I have no idea. All of a sudden...
Did you hit your panic button again? Your life alert?
No, I did not. Sorry.
When do you have to get one of those, Rimmer? Like, what if they told you should get one of them? When? What age? We got 10 more years to go or so? 20?
25.
25.
Ooh,
all right, here's the question that we're going to... I have two questions to ask you today. I'll start with the one that we were just discussing. What's your underwear of choice? What kind of underwear do you wear?
Boxers.
Boxers all the time? During the day and sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
My guy.
Also, what is your favorite Tom Hanks movie?
Favorite Tom Hanks movie? When Harry Met Sally.
That's Billy Crystal. That's not Tom Hanks.
You're thinking of you. Are you thinking of You've Got Mail, which is like the Harry Met Sally that Hanks was in?
That's it.
That's him and Meg Ryan.
Sleepless in Seattle was also.
Sleepless in Seattle. Yeah. That's great.
I couldn't have asked for a better answer. Let's move on.
I love
free agency it's still open. It's still upon us. Blue Jackets obviously give Provorov a lot of cash. Were you surprised at the years and the term for that contract?
Well, I think they were pretty well up against it. They were getting close to the witching hour, July the 1st. Obviously, and I said this on the show several times, I think Provorov certainly played well for the team, but the Blue Jackets were attempting to find a right-handed shooting defenseman in that top four. They thought we got pretty close to getting Dobson, who ended up going to Montreal. And by the way, the Blue Jackets offered more than what he signed for in Montreal. But as a Canadian from Prince Edward Island, home of the great Doug MacLean, why, his dream was one day to play for Montreal. Otherwise, he would have been a Columbus Blue Jacket, in my opinion. So at that point, the Blue Jackets looked at Provorov and knew that he was staring at free agency for the first time and perhaps the only time in his National Hockey League career. It was a deal that had to get done. And Provorov certainly gives the Jackets some versatility because he can play the left side or the right side.
Jeff, I was reading, I can't remember which outlet it was, but it was just a, complete review of the entire NHL and how this offseason has gone to this point, free agency. And the Jackets were given a D grade, so kind of they're near the bottom. I know if you ask people in the organization, they wouldn't view it that way with what they did in the draft. But when you kind of look at the whole picture, guys they've lost, picked in the draft, brought in, where do you see things with the CBJ?
Well, I mean, to say they lost players, I think is a misnomer. They had the chance to re-sign everybody if they wanted to, but they want to get and have a different look. I think part of the reason why they got that D grade was because going into free agency, going into the draft, the Jackets thought that they could get that top four defenseman, and again tried, but couldn't get it done. I think they thought that they'd be able to make a goaltending move, and I told you guys a couple of weeks ago there were slim pickings as far as free agency and perhaps even a trade. So for those two reasons alone, I think a big reason why. And it's just one man's opinion that wrote that in The Athletic. I saw the same article. But let's see what happens on the ice. And as Don Waddell has certainly voiced since the draft and since free agency, he expects the players that took a huge step this past season to improve even more. He's able to keep that young nucleus together, and we'll see where things go. And understand, and Mike, you're right, free agency for all intents and purposes is over, but that does not prevent teams from making trades. And by the way, there are several teams that are over the cap. You can be over the cap in the summer. So at some point, they're going to have to make some moves, and then that could spur a trade for a goaltender or a right-handed shooting defenseman to the Jackets' liking.
Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer, brought to you by Rimmer's Friends, Buyers Imports by the Airport. You want to talk about your friends, Rims?
You know, I never turned down that opportunity, and Subaru by the Airport is the place to head to now. They've got a great selections of new and pre-owned Subarus at the airport, ready for immediate delivery. Let's talk about the Porsche. And did you know Central Ohio's #1 Porsche dealer is Buyers Imports by the Airport? And let's talk about the Volkswagens by the Airport, because right now there is a terrific deal on the brand new and redesigned 2025 Tiguan. In fact, the deal is so good, you can get a Tiguan for 3.9% for up to 60 months. All that at Buyers Imports by the Airport.
Is it by the airport?
It is.
Okay.
By the airport.
I want to make sure.
Buyers.
Voronkov gets a 2-year deal. He was a restricted free agent. How important was it to get that deal done?
I love the season that he had, 40-some-odd points, 25 goals, 24 assists, I believe it was, if my memory serves me right. And I love this guy, and he has an opportunity to be a power forward extraordinaire, much like some of the better power forwards in the NHL over the years. He's big, he's strong. The Jackets have put him on a program to lose some weight here in the offseason, and I understand he's working out 4 or 5 times a week. Good deal for him. Good deal for the Blue Jackets here because he's signed now for 2 years.
Jeff, I actually went out to the Prospect Cup game, the Stinger Cup on Saturday morning. That was for people that don't have that on their radar, kind of a neat thing, especially when it's burning hot outside, to get in there and feel the chill of the ice. There was like 1 million donuts and coffee was there. And I'm telling you, Jeff, I thought Andreanov looked really good in between the pipes. If I had to point to anybody that looked the best there, even ahead of Caden Lindstrom, I thought the new goalie, who they just took 20th overall, looked really good. I know that's not saying that he's going to be around for the next few years, but that was just what I saw out there. I don't know who you've talked to or what you've heard about him and the guy they picked 20th.
Well, the Blue Jackets are really high on him, and there was a development camp under one of the agents. In fact, his agent here in Fort Lauderdale a few weeks prior to the draft. The Jackets had 3 members of the organization in attendance, including Don Waddell, and they were very impressed with Andreev. And I think this kid's got a chance to be a great goaltender. There's some comparisons to Sergei Bobrovsky. That's a tall order, but we understand he's going to remain in the KHL in Russia for a few years. But understand one thing, anybody that was drafted the other day is not going to have an immediate impact in the Blue Jackets lineup because they're young. I know they're very, very happy with Smith. They were impressed by his camp and really the personality that he brings along with that talent. So, yeah, I think to answer your question, they've got a goaltender that can certainly be a big part of the Blue Jackets' future in the young Russian kid. And I know the Jackets are pretty impressed with him. And he was, as you say, impressive during the final game.
New CBA has officially been ratified. It includes an 84-game regular season. Are you surprised to see it?
No, not at all. They've been talking about it for a couple of years, but they couldn't do anything until they got the new CBA. So, by the way, there's harmony between the players and the owners here for the next 5 years, a 4-year agreement, 1 year left on the current deal. I think it's better. I think the preseason's too long. They cut down on that. I think anything over 4 preseason games is too much. So now any player that's got any kind of experience in the National Hockey League will only play in 2 of those 4 games, and increasing the schedule to 84 is a good idea. And those remaining or extra games will be played within the division, so those rivalries will continue to grow.
All right, let's do some name dropping. What do you got, Rimmer?
One thing I do want to say about the new CBA, which kind of caught me a little bit off guard, because one thing about the National Hockey League is the fact that they're able to classily show up at the rink, shirt and tie. We wear shirts and ties for the broadcast, and I thought it was a great look by the NHL. Now, though, in the new CBA, the players have negotiated. They can come to the arena much like the players do at the ballpark, jeans, golf shirt, whatever. T-shirt. So yeah, they've loosened.
That's kind of a big deal, isn't it?
Dress code, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dress code is huge as far as the players are concerned. And you think of a guy like Patrick Laine. How many times when he was a Blue Jacket, who, by the way, I hear Montreal is interested in getting rid of him. Surprise, surprise. But Laine would get Laine would fashion himself like, right out of GQ. So I wonder how he's going to dress now that he no longer has to dress up, and the code is somewhat relaxed in how you dress. It'll be interesting to see him alone.
I like how you just ignored my question. Do you have a name to drop?
Yes, I do. I'm going back to my cruise, and there were some sports people that I kind of got close to while I was there, and they're all NFL guys, and we started comparing quarterbacks from different decades and quarterbacks in their prime. And I was talking a few weeks ago, if you remember, about John Madden and the conversations that I had with him. But we got to discussing Troy Aikman, who certainly was the best quarterback of his generation. And then we went back because the guys found out that I was from Baltimore or spent time in Baltimore, and they wanted to talk about my good friend Johnny Unitas. And I think I may have told you guys years ago about getting to meet Johnny on several occasions. He was a regular listener to my talk show and was a guest from time to time, but I also enjoyed going to the Golden Arm. Is that not a great name for a restaurant? Because he was a restaurant owner as well as being a proficient quarterback in the NFL, and I think the best of his generation.
Remember that time that you and I went to the gentleman's club called the Baby Arm? Remember that?
No, I do not. Refresh my memory.
No, never mind. Have a good week, Rimmer. We'll talk to you next week.
You don't want to talk about Johnny Unitas and the Golden Arm?
I'm the Baby Arm, and I'm out of time. We'll talk next week.
Thanks, Rims.
And the High Tops.
I gotta go. Name dropping with Jeff Rimmer on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Back page coming up. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got a 5-minute delay on eastbound 70 on the east side between James Road and 270. And there's a couple minute slowdown on northbound 315 between 670 and North Broadway. This report is sponsored by Speedway. Got one of those days that never stops? try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank, and refresh the vibe with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. Speedy Rewards app required, valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Hear that? That's the sound of freedom. This July, declare your independence on the open road during RCD RV's Declare Your Independence sale, running July 5th through the 19th, offering all-American savings on all in-stock motorhomes, fifth wheels, and travel trailers. Wave goodbye to ordinary vacations and say hello to adventure. Stop by any of our locations, Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala, or shop online anytime at rcdrv.com. Celebrate the red, white, and blue with unbeatable savings at RCD RV. RCD RV. Freedom starts on the open road.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
Hey, is that knee, shoulder, hip, that pain in any of your joints not getting better? You're stuck in this cycle where you keep going back to the doctor. They recommend steroid shots. Maybe they recommend surgery, rehab, and all of those things are not working for you. Before you go down the road of the surgery, you'll want to listen to this. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I want to tell you something that helped me a ton, and it'll help a lot of other people get their lives back as well. And this is no more meds and not going under the knife. I'm talking about my friends at QC Kinetics, Real Regenerative Medicine. They help your body heal itself. After years of playing professional football, I was beat up. My dad was beat up. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to have any more surgery. So I went to my friends at QC Kinetics, and they took a look at it, and they said, hey, we can help you with your knee. It's not going to be an overnight fix, but they've got protocols and procedures to help get you well without going under the knife. So here's what you do. Call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices all over Columbus.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. Did you know their co-founders are Ohio natives? Well, you should. Window Nation has been replacing windows in the Columbus region for over 15 years. Not only does Window Nation know what windows work best for Ohio homeowners like you, they're also local to the area. And right now, you can take advantage of Window Nation's biggest sale of the year. Remember this number, 50% off. All window styles, all from Window Nation. 50% off plus 0 interest for 5 whole years. Yeah, I said that. 5 whole years, 2030. No interest on the windows from Window Nation. Plus, they'll install your new windows in 1 day or less. Get the windows you want for 50% off plus no interest until 2030. What are you waiting for? Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com today to get your free quote on replacement windows. Again, I can't stress this enough. You do not want to miss out on this deal. 866-90-NATION or windownation.com. And tell them T-Bone sent you.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now. The big one is back.
The Good Guys 27th Summit Racing Nationals presented by PPG. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center in Columbus. Over 6,000 of the nation's baddest hot rods, muscle cars, and trick trucks. Don't miss Good Guys autocross racing action. A tire-smoking burnout competition. A pro street takeover. Earth-shaking nitro thunderfest. Meet the top builders in the industry and more. All this weekend at the Ohio Expo Center. Details at good-guys.com.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $434 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Oh. I had something to tell you. What the hell was it?
I don't know.
Oh, I forgot to mention this. Did you watch that walk-off inside the park home run that the San Francisco Giants had? I think it was Patrick Bailey.
Patrick Bailey, because
last night.
I always think of Patrick Bateman. when I see his name.
From American Psycho.
Who's killing Jared Leto with an axe. Hey, Paul! Ah! Like that. Listening to Huey Lewis. But yeah, I seen
Just like that.
I seen the clip. Pretty wild.
You don't get a walk-off inside the park home run very often.
No, I think the last one was an Indian that did it. A Cleveland Indian.
What's the matter with you?
It's true. It's true.
I know.
That's what we say that about the Washington Redskins, right?
I understand.
That's what
it's
they
just,
were called
it's just,
at
and I have no
the
problem with that
time.
as long as it's, the right time. But just the way you said it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is that right?
I said so. What
are you doing tonight? What are you eating?
Dinner time plans just got locked an hour ago. It's back to the home team. It's Flyers.
Oh, a little pizza night.
Wednesday. I like Wednesday. Wednesday for an eat-out night is perfect. You're right in the middle of the week. So if you planned home cooking for Monday, Tuesday, you get this nice little break, something to look forward to.
I used to do the Chinese food every single Wednesday, and hopefully when Hunan Lion opens again, I'll get back on that same schedule.
But you're still doing Chinese food on Wednesdays, right?
No.
Not doing it. I know you did
Once
a
in a
sandwich
while,
night
Once
every
in
now
a while,
and then.
we'll get Chinese, but we haven't really found a place that we enjoy, and the ones that we do are too far away from the house. Right. I'll get like a sandwich night, which I know is against the rules in your household. No sandwiches for dinner.
Sucks.
Which
is a ridiculous rule that Sarah has laid down that we can't do. Even a sandwich night at home was something that I always looked forward to as a kid growing up. My parents, they would get a submarine rolls, whatever, like a
take
better
out the
bread.
Panini press. You can do a hot sandwich.
Right. I always preferred to just have cold cuts, but if you got the press, make a nice little hot sandwich. That'd be good too, depending on what you want. But we'd had a variety of deli meats there. Ooh, a deli meat. Some shaved turkey, maybe some thin honey ham.
Did you use any of those herbs that I gave you yesterday?
I'm going to I actually used some of the herbs in my eggs today. It was great. I had some of the fresh jalapeno pepper diced up and in my little egg skillet.
That would also be good on top of the Hawaiian pizza that I'm sure you're going to get.
Throw a little bit of the basil leaves.
Fresh hallie on top of the Hawaiian.
Could use the hallie.
And then you do the fresh basil on top of the sausage and pep.
Yeah. This could be a perfect combination.
I may be coming over.
Are you locked into a pizza night? Do you guys do something like on every Friday or just whenever
First of
the
all,
mood strikes?
I'm offended that it's pizza night because in my house it's plural. We have 2 nights a week at least where we have pizza.
But they're interchangeable. You don't want to be like beholden to a day where you have to have it. If it's Saturday and we decide that we're going to do pizza for lunch or dinner, we'd go out and do that.
We usually do pizza on a Friday, but it's not locked in.
Mm-hmm.
But I try and get pizza at least a couple times a week.
Yeah.
And that's why I have breasts. Back page.
The back page.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
We were talking dinner, we were talking food, and I mentioned this before. We had some of the boys over last night. So, typically we're a family of 3, so that's not a ton of mouths to feed. I know there's a lot of bigger families out there. Philip Rivers among them.
Yeah.
We had 2 buddies over, so we hadn't had this in a long time. And boy, I need to get back on track with it because it's a solid go-to. Chicken drumsticks, just straight up legs. That's
on the
it.
grill?
No, we just baked them. I'm talking the family pack.
It's July.
It's July.
You go outside, you put them on the grill.
No, I'm not.
You baste them with some BBQ sauce.
I did, and it's delicious. Baked chicken is
heat up
good.
that house, mess you up.
I'm going to be keeling over if I go out to the grill.
Well, at least the house
6
is not
o'clock
hot.
at night. It's burning hot. I'm going to die hovering over that grill.
Throw that oven on, though. That'll make you feel better.
Let me just talk about the good dinner that it was.
Talk about the drums.
It's $5, and then I think for the price of the potatoes that I had, we're feeding 5 people for $8 or $9. You're not really beating that. Those drumsticks are like $1 a pound. Everyone had all that they wanted.
There's nothing like a good value. Obviously,
really
you want the food to be good, but when it's both of those things, when you get a good plate of food and it was a good value, That's good eating.
Because I have, you ever get those little potatoes, the multicolored ones? They sell them in like the 5-pound bag.
Yeah, sure.
Those are delicious. I'll cut those up into 4 pieces. They're already small.
We just invented those.
I'll cut those up even smaller. Yeah.
Those weren't real.
But it's okay.
That's not nature.
That's okay.
But no, I'm just saying.
Natural. Make it in a lab if it's good.
We don't have, back in the day, if I would have said to my grandfather, here's a purple potato. What the hell are you talking about? Purple potato.
We got purple rice at the Bibby Bop, too.
Purple rice.
Charlie's out there cooking up new kinds of rice. It's delicious, too.
Purple rice. That's real, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Rhyme time, is purple rice a real thing? He don't know.
No.
It's not?
They got it at Bibby Bop.
Valenza. If they got it at Bibby, it must be fake. Is that what you're saying?
No, but I think it's imported. We don't.
No, I don't think we're doing that.
No, we're not doing that.
Do you get the purple there?
I love the purple. Love it.
Have you tried the new lemon? The lemon rice that they have? That's delicious.
No, to me, BB Bop doesn't.
BB Bop?
BB Bop doesn't lend itself to a lemony flavor. If anything, you'd go lime. When I think Asian, I think lime more than lemon.
Yeah, like cilantro lime.
When I think lemon, I think Mediterranean.
Like the Chipotle white rice is a cilantro lime in there.
No, lemon.
And the lime is great. And I mean, anytime you're doing a Mexican night of the house, you got to have fresh cut limes to throw in everything.
Buckeye Show's coming up next. Ted's back tomorrow, and we'll be back too if we're not fired. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got about a 10-minute slowdown if you're on westbound 670 between Leonard Avenue and Neal Avenue. And watch out for an accident that's causing some holdup on southbound 315 at Powell Road. This report is sponsored by your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy. Your neighborhood Kroger Pharmacy is happy to welcome back Express Scripts, Medicare D, and TRICARE Department of Defense Plan members. It's easy to transfer prescriptions at Kroger.com/payerupdate. See your Kroger Pharmacy for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid July 1st through July 31st. See store for details.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at RunyonDentalGroup.com. That's RunyonDentalGroup.com.
Hey, it's Timmy Hall. Sometimes dealing with home service contractors can be frustrating. Not like me singing loudly in the shower frustrating. Real life aggravation. They might not return your call. The workmanship is sloppy. Maybe there's just general indifference about helping you. Frustrating sometimes doesn't even describe it. That's why I want to tell you about my new friends at Victor's Home Solutions. Victor's installs the highest quality roofs and windows you can buy, and they'll take those negative experiences you've had and turn them on their head. You'll experience prompt follow-up service, on-time appointments, and their teams are helpful, professional, and courteous. Their service and installation crews always go above and beyond because they know how much your home means to you. They offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install, and their windows come fully equipped with lifetime warranties. So call 1-866-VICTORS or go to victors.com. Get your free 21-point roof and window inspection. Experience their 5-star customer service and see why they have a 4.9 Google rating. Again, that's 1-866-VICTORS or victors.com.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
Guys, the leader in TRT, Synergenics, and Low T Center introduced the Synergenics Health app. If you have been struggling to choose where to go for your TRT, look no further than Synergenics and Low T Center. The new Synergenics Health app is a superior innovation in healthcare technology that you won't find anywhere else. With the app, you can book appointments, view lab results, have face-to-face telehealth visits, receive medication reminders, order supplements, pre-check-in to visits, and more. Taking control of your health has never been easier. All you need to do is book an appointment or walk into any Synergenics or Low T Center before 10 a.m. The test is simple. It only takes about 20 minutes to get your results. Once you qualify, you can start treatment the same day. Other places charge hundreds of dollars just to get started, but for a limited time, the test is free. Treatment is covered by most major insurance, so treatment cost is minimal. Download the Synergenics Health app or book an appointment today by visiting fixmylowt.com. Fixmylowt.com.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.44%, APR 6.47% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-THIRD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Anthony. I actually enjoy the off-season. Gives me a chance to be really active, travel, be on the move. But when my back started giving me pain, I wasn't going to just deal with it this time. I went to the Good Feet store. Their personally fit arch supports got my feet into their ideal alignment, and I could already feel the difference in my back immediately. And they educated me. I had no clue we actually have several arches under our feet, and those cushy over-the-counter insoles were not going to do the trick. So many people suffering with pain can benefit from their system. People with pain in their feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, hips, and more. I've been wearing my personally fit arch supports for a while now, and they've given me the motivation and confidence to be as active as I want to be. The Good Feet store thrives on being solution-oriented. Go in. The fitting is free. They want you to try them in the store and feel them for yourself. So get back to living the life you love with the Good Feet store. They're on Stringtown Road in Grove City and on Polaris Parkway. Or